All right, everyone. Hope you're all doing well on this fine Sunday afternoon. Make sure to smash that like button. Oh my god. So today, guys, we're going to be having a bit of a different format. So it's going to be somewhat similar to our best of fives, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to have 3 players in the event, and it's going to be a King of the Hill. So we're going to start off with a match between Dob plays and Jenna on occasion, and then whoever loses that match will then step out, and the third player will step in. And the first player to get to 3 wins is going to win the King of the Hill series. So yeah, it's a kind of a new format we're experimenting with. So if you guys enjoy it, make sure to let me know, and we can elaborate, add more people, put it up to a best of 5 or a best of 7 on a longer day if we want to have like a 3 or 4 hour stream. There's all kinds of stuff, but again, today we're just going to kind of do our thing. So yeah, in this match, we're going to have a showdown between Dob plays and Janet on occasion in the first game of this best of 5 series here. Well, not best of 5, but this King of the Hill series. I got to get used to saying that. It looks like Dob is going to be playing the Warriors of Chaos against the Lizards, and he has a pretty interesting army. I wouldn't say it's Sirtha Ek inspired because there's no chariots, but he does have Chaos Knights and Hounds, which are going to be used to chase down Skinks and Cycle Charge Taurus Warriors and things like that. And then to deal with the big monsters, he actually is going to be using these Marauder Horsemen with the throwing axes in conjunction with Kolek, and I think that's Lore of Shadows. So yeah, we're going to see some cool stuff for sure. Yes. Welcome, Wise Cone, to your first live stream. It's a little Sirtha Ek inspired, but there's no chariots, which is obviously the staple. I mean, the Marauder Horsemen are kind of a secondary aspect of Sirtha Ek, and I think that, the chariots are, the business. They're the real deal, for sure. So yeah, this is going to be a fun one. We're going to be fighting on the Warpstone Mine, it looks like, and we'll see how it goes from there. So, again, for those of you guys that are just joining, I see quite a few people trickling in. This is going to be a King of the Hill format between Dob plays, Janet on occasion, and the Gobbo King. And whoever, loses the game steps out. First player to win 3 in total takes the series. So, for example, if Dov or Gabo or Janet, any one of them was to win 3 games in a row, it's just going to be it's like a best of 5 in terms of the number of games played. So, yeah, how's it going, Red Spotted Drake? Welcome, man. It's a little Sirtha Ek, a little bit of this and a little bit of that going on. Hey, friendly laser lizard. Hope you're ready for some fun times. Oh, Zach, your break ends in 9 minutes. Well, hopefully we'll be able to get 1 game. All right, so let me let the guys know we're ready to party. We are good to go. Let's do it. We'll try and get 1 in before your break. Hey, Anthony, how's it going, man? Welcome to the party. Yes. Oh, yeah, NFL games on today. I haven't followed NFL in a long time. I used to be a pretty diehard fan back in like 2007 or 8, like right after I graduated high school. I graduated high school in 06, and I used to watch a lot back then. I used to watch all the games on Sundays, and oh, it shows my overlay is wrong. What treachery is this? Yeah, it's if you look in the middle regarding the overlay, there's actually 3 logos. So in the top left, it's going to be Janet. In the middle, it's going to be Dov. In the middle, it's going to be Janet. In the top right, is going to be Gobbo King. So as they get wins, I'm going to put basically a scoreboard right next to them, kind of dictating the number of wins. So for people watching this on playback or who don't have the sound on, they can kind of know what's going on. So, yep, it's happening. Kolek's going to smash some lizards. We'll see about that. Red leader standing by. This is it's gonna be a pretty good map for the Warriors of Chaos. I would say it is a little bit open. So again, there could be some shenanigans from Janet. He could bring some laser lizards but the chameleons, he does have answers. He has a ton of Chaos Warhounds plus Chaos Knights who Chaos Knights will get kited. They're actually pretty slow. I think they have 66 movement speed. So the chameleon skinks can drag them down. And it looks like he has skink skirmishers. Yeah, oh man, they're gonna get munched on by the hounds for sure. The skink skirmishers only have 16 melee attack and 14 melee defense. So if the hounds are able to catch those guys, it's going to be brutal. You can see the forces of Sirtha Ek are going to be lining up here on the front, right in front of these chameleons. So man, this is going to be. I'm surprised we're not seeing chameleons. I feel like they might be a little bit of a safer pick because when they do get compromised, they're pretty durable themselves. But looks like he's trying something else out. So for this front line, he does have a combination of Saurus Warriors. I don't think he does actually have some Temple Guard here in the middle to really anchor his force, which would be pretty helpful against Kolek. He does have 2 groups of skink cohorts in the back, which are decent kind of filler units. So, for example, if the Marauder Horsemen are circling your army and trying to get throwing axes on your big dinosaurs, you can screen them out with the Skinks pretty effectively. So I like this pick here. He does also have a Skink Priest with Lore of Heaven, so he has Wind Blast, Curse of the Midnight Wind, and Uran's Thunderbolt, I think is the last one he has. He does have a Laser Lizard, which is definitely going to be very helpful against Marauder Horsemen. You can kind of shoot him from a distance. He does also have more Skink Skirmishers on the far side. So that's pretty much it for Janet. For Dov, we already saw his army. A bunch of Marauder Horsemen. On top of that, he does have some Hounds and some other funny businesses going on over here in the shadows, I think. Yeah, well, it looks like he's... Oh, he actually does have some regular Dragon Ogres, too. So I miss those guys. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Chaos can pull this one out. It's going to be a good time for all. And yes, Gobbo King is in here spectating with me. He's going to... So whoever, wins this game will then play Gobbo King. And the first to 3 wins will win the King of the Hill series. We'll see if the scandals are afoot. We'll see if Dov paid today, guys. What's happening? All right, so he's got his Marauder Horseman. He's going to be kind of posturing up right here, lining up against those skinks. But I don't think there's any skink chiefs up in the air. I think instead of going with the skink chief, he did get the feral or the Saurus Scar Veteran, which is kind of like another anti-large, basically like a mini Krokar. It's going to be pretty good against Kolek though, because Krokar and Kolek have a pretty even fight, but that's going to be something that could potentially set him apart. So you can see the skink skirmishers getting some pretty good exchanges right there, poking those Marauder Horsemen. Some of those throwing axes are coming in, and the regular skink skirmishers don't actually have the missile resist of 40% that the chameleons have, so they're going to be a little bit more susceptible to counter skirmishing. In the meantime, lizards are going to be pushing forward. You can see in the back the Bastillodon with the solar engine is waddling his way across the river. These guys are... Bastillodons are such cool units. Just look at this guy. He's going, but the Marauder Horsemen getting a little bit hog wild. They might actually be charging in here, taking a little bit of action on these Saurus Warriors and maybe going for these skirmishers. It's a little bit risky. You might take some heavy losses here. There are some Temple Guard nearby and some other troops, but he does get a good charge, does some pretty substantial damage. But he really needs these guys to live, the Marauder Horsemen. So if he can get out right now, it looks like there's going to be some foul magic going down. It looks like a wind blast. I think that was a little bit of friendly fire, if anything. But the Hounds are then going to sweep in and probably get some pretty good cleanup on these skinks, but it looks like he's able to catch one of those groups from Marauder Horsemen. Because, I guess he does have some other anti-large options. He has Dragon Ogres and Kolek, and this is a really cool build from Dog Plays. I really like it quite a bit. So the Hounds are going to charge in against the Saurus Warriors, who obviously don't have charge defense against large. And the Chaos Knights are going to follow up with a pretty heavy-duty charge right there. It looks like, not the most impactful charge, but doing some okay damage right there. In the meantime, some more Hounds are coming around the back looking to get us around, and Dov is going to be doing a little bit of cycle charging, which is definitely, obviously, the focal point of his build. Krokar and the Saurus Scar Veteran are going to be jumping in here, chasing off these Chaos Knights. Kolek is lurking nearby as well as these Dragon Ogres, so if they can turn, he's going to get some really, really good value. So very well played by, Dov there, laying that trap. In the meantime, the skinks over here are swarming a lot of these Marauder Horsemen, but it looks like there are some Chaos Knights in here as well. I think there's a group of Chaos Knights. It looks like there is somewhere. Yeah, 45. And they're going to just be mowing down these skink skirmishers. And you can see these guys are pretty tattered right now. There are some Temple Guard, I think, fighting somewhere in this mix. Yeah, it looks like actually, those are just skink cohorts. Back here, we do have Temple Guard, so that was kind of bolstering his ranks. So pretty even fight so far. The Marauder Horsemen and Chaos Forces have been fended off here on the far side, but over here, I think it definitely went pretty well for Dov. You can see Krokar took a little bit of a beating, and Kolek and his Chaos Knights are in pretty good shape, and they can just keep cycle charging. You can also see that there's going to be a Melkot's Mystifying Miasma going down on top of those Saurus Warriors there. Definitely doing a little bit of damage, but this is going to be quite a battle right here. So you can see that Krokar and his Saurus Scar Veteran are going to be going after the Shadowcaster, which isn't a bad idea at all. But these Dragon Ogres are going to be pretty powerful. They actually hit incredibly hard. 110 weapon strength apiece, and they also do have a bonus for large. So when they get a good surround on Krokar here, you can see he's getting melted pretty quick. And Kolek can already, almost take Krokar. I think it's like really even when they fight 1v1. But this is going to be really, really bad for Janet. All the Marauder Horsemen are in position now. They're not being impeded or counter-skirmished by these skinks, so they're going to be able to fire in there. And you can see that it looks like Krokar might get trapped here. He does pop the Swiftness of Itzel, which is probably going to allow him to get away. But, Dov can probably turn right now and just go ahead and take out the Saurus Scar Veteran. He does pop Enfeebling Foe, which is going to lower his melee defense and melee attack, so I definitely like that strategy quite a bit. In the meantime, though, Janet is now reforming ranks. He had a pretty good tactical retreat right there, so definitely very well played. He's able to get his skinks up on the high ground, who are now counters. Oh, man, look at this firepower. Unlimited power. Just shooting in here, just melting Kolek. You can also see a Pit of Shades, it looks like, is going to be going down to those poor little skinks. Doesn't seem to be doing much. I think they're too spread out. There's going to be some Poison Hounds coming in as well, who are probably going to push up the hill. You can see the Laser Lizard is just trying his best to shoot into this group of Marauder Horsemen, but that is a big firing line. Over here, the Chaos Knights put up a pretty good fight, putting a bit of a dent in these skinks as well as some of these Saurus, but, at the end of the day, they got taken out by Temple Guard and Krokar and some other threats like that. So the Marauder Horsemen just continue to advance. A pretty even game so far. You can see the bounce power is now just shifting just a little bit. Krokar and the boys do get up into that big skink blob, which is going to be very powerful, taking out that stopping power. And from there, I probably foresee, Dov kind of rotating over here to this Bastillodon and maybe trying to jump on that guy and just, shut him down. There are some skinks and Saurus Warriors protecting him, but he should have enough mass right here, especially with the support of those Poison Hounds, just pushing through to get on top of that Bastillodon. In the meantime, some Saurus Warriors have engaged on this Chaos Sorcerer with Shadows, but it looks like he should be able to fend those guys off. That's the cool thing about Chaos Casters is they are somewhat strong. They have 90 armor themselves, so they're not like other casters that have 15 or 20 armor like a Jade Wizard for the Empire, but the Lizards still actually have quite a bit, and the Chaos Forces are actually starting to look pretty tattered despite some pretty good engagements. You can see that the Lizards have rallied. They have some skinks on the far side who are just going to be peppering down these Hounds over here. Also, it looks like the Chaos Knights with Lances are rallying. I think there's not that many. I think there's only 12 of them right there. The 12 Riders of the Apocalypse coming in hot right here. They do have the Bronze Shields, but you can see their leadership is tanking as they just get peppered by this firing squad. Maybe they'll get a little bit of a lackluster charge, but yeah, that was a pretty sad one. That was a sad charge. Made the Chaos Gods weep. But yeah. Yeah, today Dov paid double. Kolek's going to be getting in there. It looks like he's going to be going after Gary. Gary, no Gary! But Gary's getting surrounded. You can see a Hand of the Gods coming down and just popping Kolek in the back from Krokar. Krokar's pretty healthy now. He was able to heal up with the Cold Blood charges, and I don't think there's a Revivification Crystal, so probably just 2 Cold Bloods was able to do the trick. But it's looking a little bit grim. There's a lot of lizards here. There's a Temple Guard. There's just all kinds of powerful infantry. Krokar and a Sora Scar Veteran. Although I think the Sora Scar Veteran, is he taken offline? Let's go ahead and look around. I'm not sure where he went. Oh, maybe he's gone, actually. Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe the Warriors of Chaos were able to get him. But you do see some of these Marauder Horsemen right here just doing Sirtha Ek Proud. Going to be focusing down Krokar, but he still has his full 71 Temple Guard. And I really don't think that the Warriors of Chaos at this point in the battle have enough stopping power to deal with those Temple Guard. They just don't. They don't have any infantry that can really trade effectively. But again, Dov making a very good decision there to Melkoss him, because that's pretty much the biggest obstacle he has, is getting those guys down. Although, even Krokar himself is at 60%, 55% HP right now. He has this, the spawning of Itzel, just all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Kolek's going to go for a desperate last stand right here. You can see he's going to get a charge. We're going to get the Clash of the Titans going on right here. You can see Krokar is also going to be, not Krokar, but Kolek's going to be dropping Lord of the Storm. It looks like it might be able to clip that formation. I think it just barely missed there, and that's probably going to be all she wrote. So I definitely like the build quite a bit from Dov. It was pretty cool. Chaos Knights and Hounds, not really using infantry, some counter skirmishing and counter engaging. It was definitely pretty fun to see, but ultimately the Skinks and Krokar and the Sora Scar Veteran were able to kind of, when he was able to fall back up the hill and then get that Skink firing squad up on the hill lined up on Kolek, he took him down from 70% to 35%. It was really, really brutal. Oh yeah, I can move Janet's symbol so you guys can see the bounce power, no problem. I'll make sure to do that right now. So let me go ahead and do this, and we can just put it over here. Yeah, that'll be okay for now. And we can move his score right over there. Cool. All right, I moved it. Hopefully that should be fine for you guys. So as far as the breakdown, I definitely like the build. It was pretty creative, but ultimately the lizard people were able to pull that one out. Yes. Yes, and I moved Janet's symbol, so you guys should be able to see that and everything now. So yeah, let me know if that works. Cool, guys. Hey, Pablo, welcome. Yeah, so very well played there. We're going to go ahead and talk to the players and see what their thoughts on the game were. Let's do it to it. All right, let me make sure my volume's up here. All right, GG, guys. So, Janet, what were your magic tricks, man?
Well, basically, Dov didn't pay enough, so
yeah.
I had to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No back alley, underhanded exchanges this time?
Well, I mean, obviously, my Saurus Old Blood got caught out, but even without him, I still had 2 Cold-Blooded that I could use on Krokar, and there just wasn't really anything to stop him. And the Temple Guard, it's too much for, an all-cav army like that. Just one unit of Temple Guard just can hold everything off.
Yeah, it was a pretty powerful anchor. I mean, he was using Melkoss, which was definitely a good choice, but, they were just too resolute there at the end for sure. And Dov, I really liked your build, Dov. It was pretty cool, definitely pretty punishing for skink builds, and, it was, you guys had that really, intense moment in the valley. So you guys were fighting in the pit there, and then his skinks were able to line up on the ridge and get this massive firing line on Kolek, and I felt like that was a big turning point of the game.
That was fun.
Yeah, definitely. Krokar, I had Krokar and the SARS Old Blood kind of in my clutches there in that situation, and then Krokar's snuck away, and then the skinks just lined up and started shooting in, and I was able to kill the Old Blood, but just didn't have enough stopping power in the end to take down Krokar. Yeah,
it was a fierce one, man. So well played to both of you guys. I really liked both your builds. Pretty cool stuff. We didn't see any chameleons as well, which was refreshing.
I wanted to save some money so I could have a more solid front.
I was a little bit nervous when I saw the build. I was like, oh man, those Hounds and Chaos Knights are just going to run those guys down. But they were surprisingly durable. I was impressed.
Yeah, the loose formations I find helps when they're getting charged. They just don't seem to take as much damage. Yeah, you can get back up to them before they get too devastated. So
yeah, those guys they did some work for sure. So well played, you guys. So Gobble King, you ready to jump in and take on Janet on occasion?
All right, man. Let's get this started, man.
All right, guys, let's do it to it. So I'm going to jump back to the commentary, and we'll see you guys on the battlefield.
Catch you later.
All right, guys. So let me go ahead and update the scoreboard here, and I think that's 1 for Janet. So let me make sure I can find it here. I'm a bit of a caveman here, so we gotta do it to it. So hopefully that works. You can see Janet now is 1. I don't know. I'll think of a better way to outlay it out. I could do it on the side of the screen. Oh, I wonder if that would work better. I could play with that, but no, I'll just do it next time. It's fine. For now, this will be okay. Cool. So Janet is up 1 in the series, and in the free for all. Yes, there's going to be more Blood Bowl. Yeah, there's going to be Blood Bowl for sure. And sorry if I haven't been able to look at chat as much. I know that my lovely fiance is here, Lady Turin, running shop. She's asking who everyone's pulling for. Anna, you should run a straw poll. You should run a straw poll and see who everyone's pulling for. That would be pretty great. You can add a 4th choice too, just some random shenanigans. So yeah, guys, now Gobbo King is going to step in to the King of the Hill. So for those of you guys that are joining, I know there's quite a few new people since I last described it, but today's format is going to be King of the Hill. So we had our first match. Janet won. So then, oh, it looks like my game crashed. So let me go ahead and reboot the game. Some treachery is afoot. Oh no. Let me tell them, guys. 1 second here. Gobbo. Game crashed. Rebooting. Someone DDoSed me. I've been hacked. Hey, everything's good, Sane. You're welcome, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, we're doing it to it. We're having our King of the Hill today. Yes, so, Gobbo King and I actually just recorded a Blood Bowl game last night. We did Lizardmen versus Goblins. It was really fun. So you get to see like chameleon skinks fighting against goblins. It's pretty glorious. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. All right, so we're rebooting. We're back in action here. Let's go ahead and refresh the list. Hopefully it'll appear here. And yeah, we're gonna do it. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, did I join as a spectator? I hope I did. Did I click the spectate button? I can't remember. We haven't been on too long. You actually just, truth, you just missed the first game. So, yeah, I hear you, Senior. Well, you're going to be getting some Tomb Kings coming up on the 23rd, I think it is. So that'll be pretty fun. Yeah. So this is going to be the second game in our King of the Hill series. We're going to have a showdown between the Gobbo King, who is now stepping in after the first game, and he's going to be fighting against Janet on occasion. So Dark Elves versus High Elves, which is going to be cool. As far as Gobbo's build, he does have a front line of the Oblique Swords, which are a decent rank and file. They can honestly trade pretty effectively with the Spearmen. So if Janet decides to go with a very Spearman-heavy build, they'll trade efficiently. 2 Dread Spears, Witch Elves, obviously a staple. If there's like a Star Dragon or pretty much Dragon Princes, anything in your back line getting a little bit hog wild, they can drag the Dragon Princes down and do some pretty good work. 2 Harkonneth Executioners, definitely, I think, a good choice. It's going to give him some stopping power in his army in case the High Elves go with... They crush white lines. They do pretty well against the Swordmasters of Poeth for a cheaper cost, especially with Murderous Prowess. Definitely a very solid choice. And, no, I didn't cut my hair. No, I just have it, like, tied back. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. And on top of that, he does actually have 3 Cold One Knights. Obviously, the anti-large armor-piercing knight, not bad. They can fight against Dragon Princes. They can deal with dragons. So, for example, if he's able to catch Janet's Lord or Hero with the Witch Elves, he's then able to surround them and pin them with these guys. It should be pretty effective. He does also have a Glade, not a Glady, but a Dready. a Drady? I don't even know what to call her. But he has a Dread Lord. Yeah, there's no good pun, because the Wood Elf Lord you can call a Glady, right? But this one is it's a little bit different. So, I think that's the ranged variant. I can't remember off the top of my head. No, this is the one with the sword and shield, so this is the melee Dreadlord. On top of that, he does also have 2 of the repeater crossbows, which are pretty good. They can stay out of the range of the archers, more mobile. Hey, Gary, the friendly little lizard. Thank you for the donation, man. Quite generous of you. Yeah. Gobbos don't deserve rights. Oh, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for sharing that glorious opinion there. You don't think I'm a dirty hippie? Well, thank you. Thank you for that. It's really nice of you. Ready when you guys are. It's ready. Oh yeah, I'm in here. Let me let him know. I am back. Yeah, we had my game crashed. It was weird. Some treachery. Dov. Hey Dov, thank you for the donation, man. Dov is paid once again. Dov is basically just Palpatine right now. He's just like sitting in the shadows, like watching Vader and Luke fight. He's like, yes, kill him, my apprentice. Dre lady. Yeah, it's kind of hard to come up with. Yeah, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, Chris. You're giving Gobbo your birthday magic. Is Lady Turin still in here? I was going to see if she could run a glorious straw poll. Let me see here. All right, let's see. Cool. Chat is about 15 seconds behind, give or take. So whenever you guys type something, or whenever I say something, it's going to be a little bit delayed. So yeah, it's the nature of the business. But Dov is literally Palpatine right now. He's just lurking in the shadows. Yeah, that was a great game. That first game it was a pretty creative chaos build, and I thought it might be really punishing. But seeing the Temple Guard and the double Sora Scar veteran was pretty tough. Like that was tough to deal with. So in this match, we're going to have Gobbo King, who's going to be playing the Dark Elves. Definitely a very powerful faction. But again, High Elves are good. I don't think they're quite as powerful as Dark Elves. A little bit harder to play as well, but they can definitely contend. You know, they have a pretty good chance there. So we already saw Gobbo's army in the pre-launch screen there. So again, Bleak Swords, he does have a couple of Blackheart Corsairs. I think in total maybe just one. 2 Hargoneth Executioners. For his range units, he's going to be using the repeater crossbows on horseback, which I definitely think are a little bit safer than Dark Shards. They have, you know, they're not going to get pinned by a bunch of archers. They can run away and reposition and kind of get into that ideal engagement. For Janet, front line of Spearmen, it looks like he's going to have just kind of a tank and spank front line, so he's going to be kind of holding with these guys. He does have 2 groups of Lothran Seaguard, which should be able to counter skirmish the repeater crossbows pretty effectively, and they're going to be relatively impervious to countercharging from the Dark Riders, as long as he does have the skirmish mode off. On top of that, he does have an Ultramar Chariot, which is the anti-infantry chariot. No range on this bad boy. Should be pretty good against Bleak Swords for sure. He does also have a Sun Dragon, so the Walmart Dragon, it's very squishy. If you let the Walmart Dragon like land and get surrounded, this thing can take an absolute beating. Yes, it can get absolutely wild. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. On top of that, over here in the forest, it looks like there's going to be some Cold One Knights lurking for the Gobbo King, and I think there's a deep, deep vanguard. So you can see that there's actually some Illyrian Reavers in the back, which will be pretty good at kind of harassing. But again, Gobbo has a ton of mobile like protection. He has all these Cold Ones and different shenanigans like that. I feel like Janet's army is pretty small, but I guess he does have a Lore Master of Hoeth. He does also have Tyrion. So again, the Sunfang, if he can, you know, blob those guys up, is going to be very powerful. And he does also have a Noble. So I didn't see the Noble before. So a little bit of a anti-large action going on. Yeah, so we're doing it to it. Please upload the stream. Yeah, the stream will get uploaded later today, guys. So no worries. It'll be up within 2 or 3 hours of you know, the playback here. So. All right, so you can see over here, Janet is going to be advancing, kind of repositioning. I think he's going to be positioning like at an angle like this to kind of square off against the Dark Elf forces. The Dark Riders are on the flanks, but again, these Lothran Seaguard should be able to just outvalue those guys and deal with them. The Walmart Dragon is going to be advancing, as well as the Ilthamar Chariots. You can see he's going to be opening fire in the Blackheart Corsairs, which is a better choice than the Bleak Swords. Obviously, you do have shields, but as soon as the Witch Elves are in range, he's definitely going to want to switch to those guys because they only have 5 armor. So obviously, any missile attacks you get on them is going to be pretty good. The Gobbo King, obviously recognizing that, definitely a very good player, is able to pull back those Witch Elves before they take any substantial damage. They took like maybe like a quarter of a volley there. So the Spearmen and other troops are going to be engaging. They're definitely going to hold against the Blackheart Corsairs, but eventually they will get melted down. Blackheart Corsairs do have that anti-infantry bonus. You can see a Spirit Leech is going down right there on top of the Dreadlord, and also the Noble is nearby. So this could be a little bit scary for the Dread Lady if she doesn't get out. In the meantime, the Dark Riders with the repeater crossbows are going to be swarming around the flanks. You can see they're probably going to start shooting at the Walmart Dragon, maybe, give or take. But the Walmart Dragon is going to flee. It's probably going to line up for a really good breath attack. If it's able to get like a good angle right down this formation on the Hargoneth Executioners, I would have a chub. That would be really, really solid. So here comes the breath attack. It's going to be going right. Oh no, that was brutal. So definitely some very, very good aiming there from Janet on occasion, getting that nice formation. He definitely wants to move the dragon, fly it up and across his formation. The Ultramar Chariots from Janet on occasion are going to be coming in, getting a great charge on those guys, just running right through that formation. But again, Gobbo responds in kind with those Cold One Riders coming in, and a Sunfang going right down the line. I don't know if that roasted as much as I think it... Yeah, it actually did pretty good. It looks like it broke some of those troops and also hit those Bleak Swords at the end. And also the Lore Master of Hoeth just being an absolute pimp. Look at this guy. He's going to be fighting Witch Elves, so he's going to be pinned down for, a pretty substantial duration of the fight. The Cold One Riders... actually, it looks like they're just trying to break these spearmen. So the the Dread Spears are obviously holding them in place. So it's not as catastrophic to charge them into spears if you're just trying to like shock that formation down. In the back, you can see the Dark Riders with repeater crossbows are just sitting there, just cackling. But these Lothran Seaguard could turn and start shooting them. But it looks like this front line's probably going to buckle relatively soon here. The Lothran Seaguard are able to fend off those guys, but there's a very, very big high elf blob here. You can see spearmen. There's a Noble. Tyrion's in pretty good shape. And I think the Dread Lady, that's not good for the Gobbo King. So the Gobbo King actually just lost his Lord, it looks like. Looks like this Dreadlord kind of got pinned amongst a bunch of spears. Look at it, they're just spearing. They're like, down, beast. Down, you foul beast. So they're going to be laying a bit of a spanking there. Gobbo King coming in with a bunch of cav to try and, rescue her. And also the Cold One Knights get a really good pin. So maybe she'll get out. If she does, that's definitely going to be very good for the Gobbo King. In the meantime, the Cold One Knights in the back are charging into Lothran Seaguard, which at this point, you might as well shut him down. There's also some chariots here, so he's getting a little bit of 2-for-1. Lothran Seaguard will put up a pretty good fight with their anti-large bonus, but Cold One Knights still are somewhat durable with 90 armor. The repeater crossbows are just shooting in at the Walmart Dragon. A very, very close fight so far. The balance of power has just been going like up and down, just kind of teetering around the middle. But as far as like the overall troop count, it's looking a lot healthier for the Dark Elves. You can see the Lothran Seaguard and the other troops in the back have been pretty much crumbled. But for the leadership, Tyrion's in pretty good shape right here, and I'm not sure where those Illyrian Reavers went. Oh, looks like they're still here. So the Illyrian Reavers could potentially ride off some of these units here. If he can finish off this Dreadlord with the Reavers, that would be very, very strong. Because obviously having that extra leadership and balance of power penalty for punishing that Lord would be very good. So in the middle, Tyrion and the boys are just kind of fighting tooth and nail. You can see it's Tyrion, it's the elite High Elves, the Lothran Seaguard, or the Lore Master of Hoeth, and these guys. They're fighting a ton of, you know, anti-large armor-piercing troops, which is going to be a little bit tough. Granted, the Lore Master of Hoeth isn't anti-large, but still, there's going to be quite a bit of stopping power going on him. So we'll see. He's got to stand your ground, so he's going to keep fighting. The High Elves don't really have much else, though. I mean, most of their forces are very tattered. You can see these just ghetto chariots coming in here, but a pretty good chase right here, using these Illyrian Reavers to chase down the Dreadlord, who has 51 HP, so he definitely needs to finish that off. The Walmart Dragon is coming back, so if he can potentially get a really good breath attack on this blob, he might be able to pull out the game, because it looks like at this point Gobbo King is going to potentially be pulling this back. Although, this guy's actually shaken. He does have those 3 elites, though, and if Tyrion has another sword... Oh, but he's out of control! So he's actually not going to be able to probably use Sunfang because he's rampaging. But if you have a Sunfang right down this formation, that would probably end the game right there. It would just be over. So a very, very well-played game between Janet on occasion and the Gobbo King. The Walmart Dragon's coming back. It's going for one big breath attack. Here it goes right into that blob, and that was pretty good. That was a pretty solid little Christmas roast right there. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But I honestly think that's it. I think Gobbo King, despite the fact that his Lord kind of took a little bit of a pounding early on, is going to pull this one out. He was able to get that good surround on Tyrion, rampage him so he couldn't use the Sunfang, and now that he's broken, he's probably not going to come back. Gobbo King is easily going to chase him down with these Cold Moon Knights right here. You can also see the Melkos Mystifying Miasma going to be applying a slow to the Sun Dragon, and most people use that as a slow as well. Definitely some good stuff here. So the bounce power, for the first time, it was definitely not in the favor of the Gobbo King, but he's able to rally and just stay focused and consistent here and just, you know, probably going to pull this game out. There is a Noble left. I think there's a Swordmaster of Hoeth. And Tyrion, oh, if the Heart of Averlorn... Oh, he didn't actually bring the Heart of Averlorn, so I definitely think it's probably worth bringing. But Tyrion's going to come back. He might be able to get a good Sunfang here, because he is rallying. And if the Dragon can rally and get a Breath Attack, maybe he can pull it out. And he gets the roast there. That wasn't bad. That did a little bit of work, but a lot of the squishy troops weren't in there. It was the more armored troops, so... Tyrion, it looks like he might be going after the Sorceress, which would definitely be a pretty good call. Just sniping out that caster to take away Gobbo's Witchcraft. We'll see. He's going for it. Tyrion's going in for the kill, so he's going to go after the Sorceress right here. There are some Blackheart Corsairs nearby, and also the Repeater Crossbow should be able to finish off Tyrion. He does have stand your ground. I don't think there's any other buffs on him, but it looks like Gobbo King is going to pull that out, so what a great game. Yeah. This is quite a battle. Yeah, the Sun Dragon is the Walmart Dragon, but it's dirt cheap. I think it costs like 1,700. So as far as like getting breath attacks at that cost is feasible. It's not like unviable in my opinion. Yeah, that's why we call it the Walmart Dragon, though, guys. So very well played to the Gobbo King and Jenna on occasion. That was a great game, and I actually thought that Gobbo was in a lot of trouble when he lost his Lord. Like, he got pinned by Tyrion and by that Noble, but ultimately the Dark Elf Infantry and supporting forces were able to just outvalue the High Elves. The Walmart Dragon had a couple good breath attacks. I think its breath attack on the Harganeth right here is the reason they only got 18 kills, which was very good, for sure. Yeah, that was pretty good. So let's go ahead and talk to our competitors and see what's going on. All right, it's time. So let me go over and jump over to chat here.
You know.
All right, well played, guys. That was quite a fierce cockfight you had there. So Gobbo, man, apparently you believe in a thing called love, huh?
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, man. They're total. Click. You talking about TWW2, man? Just lots of naked little chicks on there, man. You just click. Real easy, man.
I like it.
We shouldn't have called this King of the Hill. It was a mistake.
some great tactical insight. So Janet, man, it was a close game, back and forth for sure. When you were able to catch that I was trying to come up with a name for her, like the Dread Lady or Drady, but nothing really worked. But the Dread Lady, it was a close one, man. So what went wrong for you? Would you say?
Well, my dragon got a bit caught out by the Cold One Knights.
Yeah.
And I couldn't pull him back out through my line again. So when he took a load of damage early on, that's like, a couple of breath attacks I couldn't use, which is pretty rough. But also, I think his martial prowess helped me initially, and then murderous prowess just stomped me later on. Yeah. It's just that classic high elf, dark elf thing.
Yeah.
So you've got to really capitalize early, I think, and just make sure there's no coming back, or dark elves will just come back and wreck you.
Yeah.
But once my loads and Seaguard were dealt with, like, I had nothing to deal with all the cavalry.
Yeah.
And like with such a small army, that was a lot of cavalry. Yeah. So it was rough.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great battle. Well played to both of you guys. A fierce one for sure. And now it's time for Jav. You ready to step back up to the plate and exact your vengeance?
Do it.
Yeah, he is. Palpatine's ready. So good luck, guys. Thanks for your commentary and insight there, and we'll get the show on the road. Good luck. All right, so you've heard from the boys. Let's go ahead and update the scoreboard. So let me go ahead here and Gobbo King, I think. Yeah, I should just turn this on here. All right, so now, in order to win this King of the Hill series, you have to just get to 3 wins. So currently Janet and Gobbo both have 1. Dog Place is going to be stepping back in. The D lady, I like that. That's pretty good. So we're going to have Gobbo King. He's probably not going to play Dark Elves again, but Dob, it looks like he's going to be going with the Greenskins, actually. So he's going to be taking Gobbo's own people against him. So we'll see how it goes. Hey, Red Spotted Drake, take care, man. Have fun. Dob's coming in hard. It looks like we're going to have Bretonia. Gobbo King, you know, a lot of people when Gobbo King picks Bretonia are like, oh, he's just trolling. He's throwing the game, but he's actually really good at Bretonia. Like, he beats a lot of, like, really high-level, like, tournament players with Bretonia. He's very, very solid at them. So it's, like, it's scary in his hands. He's really good with, like, managing multiple cav. Like, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 units of cav, like, and just cycle charging them all at once. Like, he's really good at that. So you need to beware. Yeah. Yes, it's time. We need more chaos. Well, we had chaos in game 1, Orange. We did. Hey, and big thanks for all of you guys for joining and hanging out with us today and just watching and enjoying. It's always a good time to see all the familiar faces, all the friends and family. No, I'm still just painting my Death Guard army. I actually painted another Plague Marine. He's pretty cool. I would show you, but the green screen will just fade him out. I'll probably do, when I finish like a large portion of my army, I'll probably do something along the lines of like you know, just doing a video just showing you guys the entire army and everything. It's pretty cool. I painted a couple Poxwalkers too. They're looking pretty neat. The Poxwalkers are very easy to paint. You just Corax white. So you just get the Poxwalkers, you spray prime them white, right? So you just get the white spray prime, you do it. As soon as that's done, you just do 2 washes of Athonian Camo Shade, and washes are like the easiest way to paint these things. Like, you just set it up, you just lather it all with this green wash, let it dry, do 1 more layer. As soon as you get that second Pox layer done, you just do an Agrax wash over that. So 2 layers of Athonian Camo Shade, Agrax Earth Shade, which is going to give you like the Nurgle kind of greenish skin. And then from there, you just base coat like his weapon and his pants, and like you Agrax those and you're done. It's really, really easy. Yeah. Colbert says, so Turn, what is your opinion are the most competitive players? It's hard to say. There's a ton of competitive players. But I mean, yeah, like everyone who's playing in this King of the Hill is very competitive for sure. Like, yeah. And it really depends, because the tournament metagame, like really like cutthroat tournament where there's like prize pools, the metagame is very, very different than kind of like something like this even. So. Yeah, I like the Dwarf campaign quite a bit. It's fun. I mean, but again, like with, yeah, the new faction, like the new Vortex campaigns and the rights and all these unique, faction characteristics, they're a lot more engaging. But the Dwarf campaign is very fun. You just get this like big like metal steamroller and just go like take out the world. Yeah. And like what's really cool about the Death Guard models is like you can do some highlights and fancy stuff, but honestly, if you just base coat like most of their stuff, and then so. What I recommend if you guys are doing Plague Marines, and let's say you're a beginner, right, and you're just like looking to paint some Plague Marines or some Death Guard models, you get the spray coat for the Death Guard green. You just spray them down. As soon as they dry, just get your dry brush. So dry brush is kind of like an older brush that has like a bit of a firm tip, and you just get some paint. You thin it out like super thin to the point where there's like barely anything on it, and you dry brush the whole model in Orgrin camo. That's going to give them like it really like highlights everything. Like it does the job of like a fancy highlight to an extent. And as soon as you do that, you just base coat. And once you base coat, the highlights will still be there, obviously, in the areas that you haven't base coated, and then you just do your last washes with Agrax Earthshade usually, and it looks pretty darn good. Anyway, sorry, I've been ranting about 40k painting, so I'll go ahead and talk about the armies as soon as the game started here. So, I think he did, Gary. I think he did. One of the early ones. I'm not sure off the top of my head. It is time. It is Gotham's Reckoning. So, guys, this is going to be the 3rd game in our King of the Hill series between Dob Plays, Janet on Occasion, and the Gobbo King. Currently, Janet and Gobbo both have 1 win. This is going to be Dob Plays versus the Gobbo King. The weakest faction right now is Bretonia. Oh, Wood Elves are super competitive. No, Wood Elves are tier 1. Yes. I'm not sure, Gary. Today could be the day? Yeah, we'll see. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Gobbo King's army. So a ton of mounted yeoman archers. You can see he does have 4 groups of those. He does also have 2 groups of regular mounted yeomen, which are going to be pretty good little counter skirmishers for sure. And yeah, that's going to be a very interesting army from the Gobbo King. He does also have a bunch of peasant mobs. In the back, he does have 3 Grail Knights, men-at-arms, and 2 groups of spearmen-at-arms. So I definitely like this army composition quite a bit from the Gobbo King. That's the thing. Like, army comps like this, it's like for... It's very hard to pull off if your micro isn't just like god tier, like Gobbo Kings. But if you have the micro to manage all of these units, Bretonia can be quite devastating for sure. So he does have that. He does also have the King Lu and Leon Kerr. He does have a Damsel with Heavens, Curse of the Midnight Wind, and Harmonic Convergence, which he's just going to be using to buff his Grail Knights and really win that infantry engagement. So over here for job plays, he does have some Forest Goblin Spider Riders and the Morgub's Mangy Marauders, which will probably just get overwhelmed by these mounted yeomen. But again, we'll see. In the front line, he has a bunch of goblins, a couple of groups of, I think, Orc Biggins out on the outside, which do have the anti-large bonus. They can also munch Bretonnian infantry. They're pretty strong in their own right. And yeah, cool, pretty cool build for both players. He's got a bunch of Orc Boy Biggins, so 1, 2, and then he also has the Broken Test Mob. He has the Hog Lord himself, Wurzog. Look at this look at the squig he has in his backpack. I love this. Just look at him. He's like, ah. He's growling back there. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Yeah, Gobbo used all of his funds. Look how big his army is. This thing is massive. All right, so the battle's underway. Gobbo King is going to be sweeping out with his mounted yeoman. It looks like these ones are going to be kind of looking for a weak point in the army. The Forest Goblin Spider Riders can probably beat them in melee. Mounted yeomen have 25 and 29, but they do have a couple chevrons, so they're going to be a little bit stronger than you would expect. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild game. The peasants are going to be kind of squaring up here. I think they should be able to force the greenskins out of their shell. A little bit of ammunition being wasted on those goblins, but again, you can't really control that. The mounted yeomen just have that fire at will. But of course, he's going to reform ranks and get some pretty good firing right here. And these mounted yeomen are going to be getting a great charge on these goblins. Man, really, really good value there. The Forest Goblin Spider Riders are going to countercharge these guys, so it should be a relatively even fight. But once the Forest Goblin Spider Riders get there, it should be a bit of a wash for the mounted yeomen. But still, I think they've almost netted their value, doing that shock damage against those guys. In the meantime, Gobbo King is going to be positioning his mounted yeomen to clip the flanks of this formation. He's going to be shooting at the Orc Biggins here with this group and this group, which is definitely some very good targeting. And he's doing the same thing on the other side. So in the meantime, you can see some knights coming around the back or mounted yeomen. It looks like, yeah. So they're just going to be, pressuring the skirmishers, which is pretty cool. Man, these mounted yeomen are really holding pretty hard. You can see they've actually put a huge dent in these wolf riders, but the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, the Death Creepers, are obviously very strong for their cost in terms of skirmisher cav. But a lot of these Biggins just getting mowed down by these mounted yeomen. On that same note, you can see the Grail Knights and the other troops are positioning out on the flanks. And yeah, a lot of fights all over the battlefield. Over here, we do have another mounted yeoman group, but Dob Play should be able to clean this up pretty efficiently. These mounted yeomen will get taken out, and will do very little. But again, these engagements are a bit of a wash. You don't really need to worry too much about them. Over here, you can see the Orc Boy Biggins, who don't have shields, are going to be trying to chase down these skirmishers, which is definitely very rough. They have poor armor value, so just trying to chase these skirmishers down, they're going to take a lot of losses. But it looks like right here he might actually get the charge. The hogs are coming in nice and wild. Oh, look at them boars! Get him, Skeeter! Get him! That's like what they're yelling as they charge. But yeah, they're going to be charging down here. The forces are going to be pulling back. You can see the peasant mobs are just going to be retreating. So Gobbo King is just trying to buy as much time as he possibly can to get all the value out of his skirmishing and just try and wear these guys down. So the Grail Knights are going to charge in and just skewer these hogs. There's probably going to be a Lore of Heaven's ability going down, I would imagine, from Gobbo King, like a Harmonic Convergence or something like that, which could obviously be pretty darn good. And you can see these hogs are just getting pounded right now. They're just getting poured on by these mounted yeomen. The Grail Knights are just holding. There's going to be a Fist of Gork going on, which will imbue magic damage, which will then surpass the physical resist of the Grail Knights. So definitely very well played by both players in that respect. So in the front, the peasant mobs are just kind of squaring up here. Again, it's a very skirmish-heavy game. The Grail Knights on the far side are able to corral these Forest Goblin Spider Riders, and the Morgubus Mangy Marauders, a really, really good 2-for-1 there. So it's looking a little bit tough for the Greenskins. They are kind of getting encircled, but they obviously do have a much stronger infantry corps, but the skirmishing is just doing some heavy, heavy lifting. The Bretonnian mounted yeomen are just going to be kiting out these Forest Goblin Spider Riders and the Death's Creepers over here on the far side, and the Hogs are just getting dumpstered by these Grail Knights right here. And King Lewin's going to come in with a fat chub, definitely lay a bit of a beating on these Orc Boars, and was going to tear out those guys, no problem. So those Grail Knights did take a lot of damage, but I would still say he netted more value. I mean, that's two groups of pretty, yeah, how much do they cost? Is it like 700, 800, 900? I can't remember. I haven't used them in quite some time, so I don't remember their cost, but it's still pretty good value, I think. Then the remaining Grail Knights are going to come over here and just slam into the back of these Greenskins and these Skirmishers and Morgubus Mangy Marauders, and that's going to be pretty grim right there. These guys are going to get put in a trash can pretty hard. So you can see the Greenskin force is going to be advancing here. There's a bunch of peasant mobs and other things like that, but the real value of Gobbo's army is in his Grail Knights. And you can see these Biggins are just getting melted by these Skirmishers. They've just been sitting there all day just peppering those guys down. The Goblin King's micro intensifies. It does, yeah. His micro is pretty incredible for sure. King Lewin is going to be up here, definitely going to be able to swarm the Hog Lord. This is looking very, very grim. The Broken Test Mob does come in, but they're fully surrounded. And you can see King Lewin's just going to come in and just lay a beating on this wild hog. So he's able to scurry away, though, just squealing as he runs. Just, oh, my goodness. So Wurzog, maybe he can get a Foot of Gork. If he can get a good Foot of Gork, like right here on this huge group, he might be able to pull something out, but the bounce of power is very heavily in the favor of the Gobbo King, I would say, at this point. Like, his cav are pretty healthy. His skirmishers are just chewing apart this army, and he's going to get just a fat charge right here with these Grail Knights coming downhill. Oh, man. He's a true son of Bretonnia, and it looks like... Did he just withdraw? Did he just withdraw? Oh, my goodness. The drama. The drama. At that point, it may have been over. I'm not sure why they reset, but I don't know. Maybe that's just... Oh man, what a battle! So let's go. There's some drama going on, guys. We gotta go ahead and talk to these guys and see what's cracking. That was that. I mean, man, that was brutal. I don't know if they like disconnected or something. Let's go talk to them. All right. Well, guys, what a wild game. So what happened there? Did you just throw in the towel there?
Yeah, after I lost all my orc boys, I'm like, I don't want to just sit here and get cycle charged to death by Grail Knights, so it's over.
Yeah, I hear you. Man.
Like there was nothing I could do to stop the Grail Knights once my boars are dead. So
yeah, the forces. That was a pretty heavy skirmisher strategy. I definitely liked your use of the mounted yeoman, Gabo.
Oh, thanks, man. I just tried. Sorry, I can't hold it up anymore.
No more boomhauer.
Yeah, I thought he would go for Savage Orc, and I wanted to whittle him down before glorious charge of Bretonia.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and your build was super micro intensive for sure. I mean, both of you guys had a ton of skirmisher calves, so it was definitely some pretty wild stuff. So well played there. Well played. So we're gonna jump over to the next game. Janet, are you ready to go?
Yeah, dude. Ready.
Let's do it.
No idea what I'm going to do, so actually I'm not ready. But I will be, so don't worry about it.
All right, let's have some fun, guys, and we'll see you on the battlefield. All right, guys, so you've heard from our competitors there. And let's go ahead and update the scoreboard. So Gobbo King potentially take the series like real quick. So I think if Gobbo King does take this, I might play a couple quick battles on ladder just for fun to entertain you guys. And yeah, we'll do that. We'll see. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this and upgrade that to 2. Here we go. With drama. But, you know, Dov had a good point there for sure. Like, at that point, he was pretty much done for. The Bretonian Cav were all, like, really healthy. He lost, like, 3k worth of gold on his skirmishers. It was pretty rough for sure. Total war drama. Oh, my God. But, yeah, the Bretonians, you know, the orcs were out pretty quick there. Hey, Kevin, I'm glad you're enjoying this format, man. Yeah, I'll play a couple battles on a quick battle. If this ends right now, it'll obviously be a very short stream, and I know there's a lot of you guys here, so I'll just do like 2 or 3 quick battles, and then Italian Spartacus is going to start streaming after me. So if you guys want, make sure to jump over to his stream. He's going to be playing more quick battles and everything, and doing it to it. Yeah. The drama alert nation. Yeah. All right, so Gobbo King's coming in hard with the Skaven. We're going to have Skaven versus Beastmen, which is it's a good matchup. This is a really good matchup. It should be fun. I'm really excited for everything that, you know. Yeah, people give CA a lot of grief, but like, yeah, it's really tough, you know, when you actually like. I mean, I've worked at organizations not like CA, but like, so one of my previous jobs, right? Like, I was an athletic director. So I ran a multi-county sports program. I had about 1,500 participants in my program, and I ran like maybe like 12 basketball practices a week. I ran like you know, let's say like 7 track and field practices, aquatics practices. And like, you know, I was the only employee running this entire program across 3 counties in Northern California. And like a lot of people would troll me about things, and like it's just like when you're going so wide. I mean, CA is they're doing a very good job. I mean, they have you know, the Total War Warhammer, obviously, you know, I do have my own critiques. Like, it takes a little bit long to hotfix things, and, you know, the focus is more on campaign. But ultimately, like, there's so many factions, there's so many, like, bouncing nuances, and, like, they're developing multiple games, like, DLCs. It's just, like, they're probably spread a little bit thin, I would imagine. So it's hard, you know? Like, I've been in that position before where people have griefed me about things not getting done, but I'm just like, I'm the only person doing this. Like, it's really hard to, like, take care of all that. Yeah. That's just my opinion. Yeah, so Gobbo King, I like his build. He does have some clan rats in the front line. These guys will get munched, but I think that having a more tanky Skaven front line is very powerful, especially if you see some Minotaurs from Janet. He does have the Storm Vermin, and Sensor Bearers, if left unimpeded, will smash. They will smash. But if they're taking any focus fire from like Ungor Raiders and things like that, they can go down really quick. Looks like Gobbo King's going to be switching it up a little bit. He does have some of the Gutter Runner Slingers. So they're not the ones that can run and shoot. They have to like set up and shoot, but yeah, we'll see how they do. He does have a Warp Lightning Cannon. Oh, looks like he just reloaded his army. Gobbo King pulling the hard switch. Coming in hard in the paint. So he does have a Gracie here, so we'll have to look at his army again. Gobbo King just trolling me. Yeah, and him and I actually just recorded another, what's it called, Blood Bowl battle last night. It was really good. It was Lizardmen versus the goblins, and he has a goblin on his team who actually has like a chainsaw, and he just was like massacring my skinks. Yeah, Brian, it'll be uploaded in the next 2 hours or so, give or take. Yeah. And how do you guys enjoy this new format? Yeah, I love Total War Warhammer. It's like one of my favorite games of all time. Oh, did you guys auto-gen? Did they auto-gen? Oh no. Yeah, so this is gonna be put a wrench in things. So I think the Gobbo King actually auto-gen here, which is pretty wild. He may relinquish his spot on the King of the Hill. We'll see. It didn't look like an auto-gen army. It has like a Grey Seer and like double Doom Wheels. Like this army is really scary actually. He does have a Grey Seer with Lord of Ruin. Yeah, so he auto-gen for sure. Janet, I don't know if Janet auto-gen. No, Janet did not auto-gen. So the Gobbo King auto-gen his army, and it still actually looks really good against the Beastmen. Oh man. He's a madman. Yay, how's it going, Zach Nafine? Oh hey man, I see you're a fan of the Dritz novels. You're his father, if I remember correctly. Lady Turn and I both love the Forgotten Realms. That was like one of the things we really talked about quite a bit in the early days. Smash that like button, guys. Smash it if you're enjoying this content. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thank you guys all for joining today. It means a lot. It's really fun hanging out with you guys. Always a good time. I have a lot of good content coming for you guys the next few weeks too. There's going to be some spooky stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and thanks again to Gary, the Friendly Lizard, and Dob Plays for the very generous donations earlier. Really appreciate you guys. Make sure to shout y'all out. All right, so here in the front, it looks like the Gobbo King, like, all memes aside, his army is actually really scary. He does have the Warp Lightning cannons. He has these two clan rats with spears in the back, a front line of Skaven slaves mixed in with some storm vermin. Like, this army is not bad at all. He does actually have an assassin here, which is a good choice against beastmen. It can help with Morkur and Malagor. He has a Grey Seer. This is probably going to be the weakest element of his army. You can see this guy right here. And I don't think Janet auto-gen. So for Janet's army, he does have Centaurs on the far side with great weapons. He has a Razorgore chariots, front line, which is a combination of Bestigors, as well as the Ungor herds, some spearmen in the back, some archers here, and that's going to be interesting. He has Morkur the Shadowgate for his lord. Yeah. I think Britannia probably is a little bit weaker. I mean, in the hands of Gobbo King, he makes them look really good, but they are very hard. Like, if you took two players of... Like, Britannia's much harder to play than other factions. Yeah. So the Warp Lightning cannons are going to be shooting in, just tearing into these guys a little bit. But again, they're better versus like large entities. So Gobbo King is probably going to switch them to shoot at the Centaurs. In the meantime, the Skaven Slave Slingers are just going to be falling back a little bit behind their spears and some Storm Vermin here. I think he has a combination of different units, but he does have double Doom Wheel, which is going to just melt this front line. This front line of the Beastmen is just going to get karate chopped by those Doom Wheels. Janet, on occasion, definitely needs to get those Centaurs and those other troops on top of those Doom Wheels, or it's going to be very, very grim for sure. As far as the format, this is the King of the Hill series. All right. So in the front here, you can see the Doom Wheel is going to be ramrodding in. It's definitely pretty much a hard counter against these guys, and you can see the one Doom Wheel's coming in. Although it looks like Janet's going to be trying to just blitzkrieg those artillery pieces in the back. So this Doom Wheel is just going to be rolling through those guys. It's obviously going to tear out a lot of these low-tier troops. So that's going to be really tough to deal with. In the back, you can see that these Centaurs are going to be going in trying to shut down this artillery piece. I think it's a little bit ambitious. You can see the Gobbo King actually uses the dreaded 13 spell and pins them down. That's so brutal. Oh man, and they do get a little bit of a surround there, but I'm surprised they're able to get away. But his artillery is still in line. Up on the high ground, Janet is obviously able to take down the Warp Lightning cannon right here. And the Centaurs with great weapons do some pretty good shock damage as well. So that cannon is offline. In the front line, if anything, you know, the Doom Wheels are doing pretty good. You can see they're in here. The Razorgore chariots get a great rear charge from Janet on occasion into the Skaven troops here. And yeah, this is just a wild battle so far. It looks like there is a Bray Shaman with beasts. So he does have a Flock of Doom. So Flock of Doom will be pretty good against like bunched up Skaven troops and things like that. But the Doom Wheel's coming into the cookie jar. It's going to be going for these archers, and you can see the Skaven Slave Slingers on the high ground are going to be peppering them as well. And here comes the Doom Wheel right into those Ungor Raiders. Some Poison Hounds and other mobile troops from Janet are going to be getting onto these Night Runners and these other troops here, which is going to be pretty hog wild. And man, what a fierce battle we have so far. Gobbo King making this autogen work pretty well, but again, getting double Doom Wheel is really solid. Janet on occasion is going to be coming in to the Warp Lightning Cannon right here, going to be jumping in, ready to party. Definitely doing some good shock damage. You can see the Storm Vermin, who have 115 models left, but they are rapidly degenerating because they are a summon unit, are going to come in and do it to it. So if we look over here, the Doom Wheel is still going to be tear-routing a lot of these troops, and I feel like it's going to be really hard to take out the Doom Wheels. Like, I guess the Beastmen have a pretty strong center pocket here, and obviously a Lore of Ruin caster isn't going to give you a ton of punching power against these like heavy-duty Beastmen troops. A couple groups of Chaos Spawn. In total, there are 2, so that's the reason why the bounce power is so heavily in the favor of Janet on occasion. As soon as those Chaos Spawn are degenerate or dealt with, it's going to probably go back to the middle and be a pretty even fight in that respect. So, the dreaded 13th spell. Yeah, well, the Dreaded 13 spell from the Lore of Ruin actually does a ton of damage as well. So it's not just a summon. It does like a big AoE. That's why it's way better than Gorst's ability, I think. But Gorst, I think, yeah, how much does his cost? It costs quite a bit. Anyways, the Doomwheels in the front line are just going to be riding around dirty. You can see Janet is going to be getting a Centaurs, trying to catch them. Another group of Centaurs here going to be charging into some spears, so a little bit rough there. Morker is going to be waddling over, and the Warp Lightning Cannons, despite all that harassment and just aggression, are actually back online. The bounce power, though, it looks like it's going to be heavily shifting in the favor of the Beastmen at this point. I think the Chaos Spawn are just going to be just getting into the cookie jar. You can see these poor rats just fighting these Chaos monstrosities. It's going to be pretty rough for sure. Getting into there, you can also see a Flock of Doom going down in the back from Janet on occasion. So Gobba King, a true madman, trying to in a competitive match, trying to win with an auto-gen Skaven army, but it actually looked okay. I don't know if, I mean, ultimately, Centaurs are a pretty good hard counter against the Doomwheels. Not hard counter, but they do pretty well. See a Lore of Rune spell going down in the back. Looks like it's going to be missing a little bit. And the Grey Seer is going to be popping Arcane Conduit as well, but it looks like the Beastmen forces are just too much to handle. There are some Skaven coming back, but, you know, whenever you auto-gen with Skaven, you're probably going to get a ton of slaves and just ridiculous stuff like that, so it's not going to be as efficient. So this Doomwheel right here is getting hunted down. The other Doomwheel is also surrounded, but it looks like they're going to be kind of getting hit with army losses at this point, which is going to be it. You say Gorst is the best lord? Oh, no way. I mean, he's the hero of the people. He's like the people's champ, you know? The Great Seer is going to be popping Warp Lightning right there to try and pop some of the troops that do have him surrounded, but I think at this point he's going to, yeah, army losses are triggering. So, well played to both players, the Gobbo King and Janet on occasion. Gobbo trying to, like, that was a pretty strong Beastman army, and using auto-gen to take him down. He's a madman. He is a madman. So, the battle continues. In this next match, we're going to have Janet on occasion. So Janet's actually up to 2 wins now. So if Janet beats Dov here, then it's over. It's over. All right. And guys, keep in mind, Gobbo King did auto-gen that. He did. He is in the lead, but again, this takes the game out of his hands. Now he, like, if Janet wins this next game, then it's going to be, you know, be over. So let's go ahead and upgrade that to 2. Janet has his second win of the day, and now we're going to get Job in, so let's go ahead and talk to our competitors. Let's see here. All right, well played, guys. What a game. So Janet, what did you think of his army?
I thought it was quite a good auto-gen army.
The double Doomwheel for sure was a little bit intimidating when I saw that. I was like, oh man, that could be scary.
The 2 Warp Lightning Cannons. Yeah. I thought my Chariots were just like going to be deleted before they did anything, but yeah, they got a lot of slave killing done, so I'm proud of them.
They did work, man. So well played there. And Gabo, what's going on in the mind of the madman over there?
I want to eat a sandwich.
You wanted it? Yeah, you're hungry.
I'm like, I'm just gonna auto-gen, and I don't know, because if I lose, I can be like, well, it's just an auto me. But if I win, I'd be like, I'm so good. Look at me. I can be all cocky.
Yeah, it's a win-win. Well,
I was hoping that like you wouldn't catch it. I'm like, I'm gonna make it look like I'm building.
I saw the hard switch at the end because I was actually giving commentary on your army. I was like, oh, and he has this is a good choice. I'm like, what the hell is this? And like all these slave slingers came out and just like,
it was so funny. I'm like, I don't even know. I just hit it and hit start.
Dude, trolling in the shadows, man. It was quite glorious. But well played to both of you guys. And Dov, you ready to? Is it the return of the Dov? Is it time?
We will see. I'm gonna have to win 3 games in a row here to be able to come back. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's right.
We're running out of factions.
Hey, man, it's possible. And Janet, if you win this, that's going to be it for the series, man.
Yeah.
So, Dov, in order to keep the stream dream alive, it's all in your hands, brother. So, let's see what you got. And good luck, guys, and we'll see you there. Cheers.
Catch you in a bit.
See you.
All right, it's time. Dov's going hard. He's going to be playing the Wood Elves. Looks like. All right. Yes, Gorst is the people's champ. He is. He is the people's champ. I'm gonna like set up my chair to have like better posture. I think I need to like pull my keyboard back further. Yeah, like something like this. It's hard to like do commentary like this though. I don't know. It's weird. The mic like really incentivizes you to like hunch over. It's kind of like troll. He's going for the deep match fix. He's fixing the matches strategically. Yeah. So this is this one's for all the marbles. For some reason, I still see the Skaven army. Okay, it looks like it's gone now. Should stream Blood Bowl after this. We could do a Blood Bowl stream today. Maybe later tonight we'll do one. Or maybe tomorrow actually would be better for a Blood Bowl stream. Yeah. Dov actually going hard. He's going the Sisters of the Thorn, which can be very competitive. I don't know about against the vampire count, so that kind of makes me a little bit nervous. Although they can punish direwolves. They have the 50% physical resist, and if they buff themselves with the different buffs, like it can be pretty strong. Hey, Turin, how high is your viewer record? Are you saying for stream? I think the highest we've ever gotten was like 730 or 800, give or take. It was like on the launch of Norska or something. Chainsaw Gav, I'll be doing a stream in the middle of the week where it's just me playing, and I'll do some more of those. No problem. Yeah, I mean, Robert, to answer your question about not having done content for Three Kingdoms yet, I mean, all you can really do is put out a news video. You can just be like, hey, guys, this is coming out. You know, Three Kingdoms. It's like, I don't really like doing news videos myself. I mean, it depends. It really depends. But, you know, I feel like enough people do that really well that it's kind of redundant for me to do that. And I don't enjoy. I'd rather just do quick battles and do strategic commentary and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Gobble King's making a sandwich. He's doing it to it. Jaina on occasion sweeping in. I actually thought he might be in trouble against double Warp Lightning Cannon and double Doom Wheel. Like I was like, oh man, but he was able to really just overwhelm the Skaven defending the artillery. Like even though they were spears, they couldn't hold up to that charge. You guys should do an FFA. FFA's on. Yeah, FFAs take forever though. That's my only thing. I might just play a couple quick battles to entertain you guys. Yeah. Yeah, so Verdov, he does have Durthu. Durthu's pretty good against vampires. As you guys know, monsters units in general are quite strong against vampires. And then he's going to be using Sisters of Thorn and Treatment. So he can buff the Treatment with actually the Sisters of Thorn, which is going to be pretty cool. He's probably going to be using Flock of Doom as well. But he does have to watch out for Terrorgeist. That could be something that's really strong. If Janet does go double Terrorgeist as well as like the Red Duke, Durthu could go down pretty quick. I might recommend one group of Azurai Spears in the back line. I think that could be useful for dealing with like Blood Knights and other threats like that. But yeah. I hear you, Robert. Hey, Nick Thomas. Good to see you again, too, man. Absolutely. Make FFA, but bring a pie. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to grab a water real quick, guys. I'm just going to mute my mic, and I'll be right back. I am back. It is time. And it looks like Dov actually did change up his army a little bit since last time we were here. So he actually got some Azurai Spears in the back, which I think will be pretty helpful in case like Terrorgeist or Blood Knights or anything else like that comes in. He does also have, I think he cut one of the Sisters of Thorn. She's pretty good. I'm eager to see how they work in this matchup, though, for sure. Let me go ahead and let the guys know. Ready when you guys are? Yeah, we're good to go. It's time. Helm Ghost. I'm sorry if you're trying to study. We'll see. We'll see if Janet is enough of a madman to bring Helm Gorst. I don't know how that would work. If Helm Gorst wins this King of the Hill showcase against like a pretty good Wood Elf army, that's gonna be the thing of legends, I think. To be honest. Big thanks to all of you guys for joining today too. Always a pleasure to hang out with the bros. I think Lady Turn might have fallen asleep. The love of my life. Maybe she still has it on her phone. I hope so. Yeah. Oh, and we got a donation as well. Sorry, it came in directly from from John. John, thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it, man. Hopefully you're enjoying the content and the stream and all that kind of good stuff. Gorst is OP. He's a world beater, that guy. All right. So we already saw Dov's army, combination of Dryads with Eternal Guard. So the Dryads are basically designed to just take out fodder units. So if you're fighting against skeletons and zombies, the Dryads will cut them out pretty quick. Eternal Guard, a little bit more sustainability, can deal with Grave Guard, Cryptors, that kind of stuff. So on top of that, he does have 2 tree men. So very old school style of play against the vampires where you just get a couple big monsters and stand them on top of spears. Dorothy's definitely a pretty good candidate for that because the Blood Knights, and the Knights won't be able to get on them very easily, which is going to be pretty tough. So for Janet, let's go ahead and take a look at his army. So he does have zombies in the front. He does also have the Stearnsmen in the back. A couple groups of Graveguard. So actually a very Graveguard heavy army. The Graveguard will munch all of these infantry over the course of a long battle, but Eternal Guard with the support of a tree man should be able to put up a pretty good fight. Aside from that, the vampires do have Blood Knights over here with the Dire Pack, your standard anti-large kit. He does have Vlad von Karstein here on the ground. We'll see how Vlad performs. Vlad is pretty hard to kill for sure, even against like 2 big monsters. Like he can use Master Beguilement, lower their melee attack. He is a linebacker. On top of that, you can see Janet does actually have a couple, 3 Black Knights, one of them being the Regiment of Renown, the Barracks Reavers, and then he does have the White King. So, yeah. No aquatics. No, there's no aquatics going on in this game. I'm sorry, guys. You guys are going to have to... The boy's going to have to wait. Dob also does have a Branch Wraith up in the hills. The Branch Wraith has Earthblood, and Dirthu probably has Flock of Doom. That's kind of the standard kit you usually see. Yeah, Flock of Doom there. So yeah, the Wood Elves might actually fight in the forest. We'll see. But they're probably going to meet over here on the hill somewhere, I would imagine. So Vampire counts should get aquatics to make them more competitive. I think that is some great feedback, Aaron B. Lady Turn would be so proud of me. I actually didn't microwave this tea. I did not. So, yeah, guys, we're probably, since the series has gone on a little bit longer, I probably won't play quick battles after this because Italian Spartacus is getting ready to stream. So as soon as I'm done, I'll give you guys a link over to Italian Spartacus' stream. I'm pretty sure he's streaming today. I'll double check with him before. We'll get him on here and have him come party. So the battle's underway. You can see the vampires are waddling through the swamp and the muck and the mire, doing their best. You can see the zombies they don't really care. They don't care about getting down dirty in the swamp. Vlad is going to be leading the boys as well. And you can see the Wood Elves are going to be squaring up to meet them. Dirthu lurking among his kin. The trees, that is. Yes, doing their thing. So on top of that, you can see the Sisters of Thorn on the high ground are going to be coming up and around, and they do have those 2 abilities. So for those of you guys that haven't seen the Sisters of Thorn in action, I have been putting them up quite a bit on the channel lately, but they do have the Curse of Anrar, which is very good for kiting at lower speed, melee attack also, which is good, and the Shield of Thorns, which can give weapon damage. So you can give that to Dirthu, augment his weapon strength by 25%. It's very, very powerful for sure. So that's pretty much it for now. So over here on the far side, you can see there is going to be some skirmishing going on. The Sisters of Thorn are going to be kiting back the Dire Pack, doing some pretty good damage. None of these Black Knights should be able to catch it. The Sisters have 85 speed, but these Black Knights might get a little bit of a charge acceleration to catch them, but they shouldn't. Oh, but it looks like Dov actually might be jumping in there, which is very, very risky. So he's committing to that engagement, which is going to be, he's probably going to lose some models here. But again, he is going to be supporting with some spearmen and some other troops, so he's just committing to this huge fight. At this point, I would probably pull the Sisters of Thorn back, or at least use some sort of a buff on them. Maybe a big Flock of Doom could be very good here as well. And it looks like Dov, now that he does have the supporting elements, are going to be pulling back, which is actually a pretty good little bait there. So well played. What the hell was that? You guys see that? What was that red beam thing? So if anything, Dov actually had a good engagement there. He did take some shock damage. He only lost 1 model, though, on those Sisters. And you can see he uses the Curse to kind of drag those guys down and slow them. So a little bit of give and take there by both players. And that was actually an activatable item on the White King. It's like an AoE cone ability, which is pretty cool. On the far side, you can see the Sisters of Thorn are going to be getting caught up by some zombies. So I think these guys just kind of drop their orders, or they're just kind of chilling over there. And it looks like Dov is going to see that and pull them back immediately, which is pretty good. So probably want to pull the Sisters up and around and have them help like kite this big blob. In the front fight, you can see the Dryads are going to be coming into the zombies here, and yeah, it's going to be a battle in the swamp. So the big tree man just got his pimp tentacles out, and he's going to be slapping down some of these these Graveguard right here, which is going to be good. He can definitely put a dent in those guys over the course of a long fight. Vlad, of course, will be providing some support. A very, very good Master of Beguilement going down from the Vlad von Karstein on that tree man. Dorothy's a little bit behind. He was kind of chilling in the forest a little bit too much. Over here, you can see that Dov is going to be cleaning up some zombies, which is fine. It's free 150 gold to just kind of clear up that chaff real quick. You need to get rid of them somehow, right? So that's one way to do it. That's why Spears are going to be supporting this flank. Dov with a little bit of a staggered engagement. So he's sending in the Dryads first to maybe clear up some of the fodder units, and from there he might follow up with his Eternal Guard, it looks like. Definitely cool. Sisters of Thorn definitely crunch those zombies over there. They use the Shield of Thorns to augment their weapon damage. Should be able to melt those guys down to 60 models, about to crumble. But the Black Knights are going to be charging in on the Dryads, which is going to be very good. So well played by Janet there as well. They're going to be charging through the ranks of the Graveguard and really, really just crumbling that Dryad line. So the Dryads should buckle pretty quick here. You can see their HP is tanking pretty rapidly. But, you know, the Graveguard also doing a good job. So the Ancient Tree Man here, it might be a little bit tough, because Janet doesn't really have too many great anti-large options. He does have the Blood Knights, but if you stand the trees on top of the spears, you're not really going to be able to do a ton of damage against them, because the Blood Knights will get mucked up by the spears. And of course, the Eternal Guard have pretty much impeccable leadership, so it's going to be tough. One group of the Sisters of Thorn over here do get taken down to 14 models, but they still probably are able to cast their spells. You can see here in the middle, there's going to be some sort of witchcraft going on. It looks like a Flock of Doom, so big Dirty Durthu and his bro are just going to be pounding on all these guys. So you can see some pretty good damage going down. You might try and take out Vlad, which I think is a bit of a mistake. I think Vlad, like, the longer you focus on him, the more effective the rest of the Vampire Count's troops are. I think you should always pretty much leave Vlad for last. Although he is putting a bit of a dent in him. Yeah, it is. But still, he's so hard to kill. And if he uses Invocation of Nehek, like, your other troops are going to struggle. So the Black Knights, the Varric Reavers, are going to be coming in here and just running down these Dryads. So the Dryad front line is starting to crumble a little bit. You can see the AoE sword ability from the White King is going to be going there. But the Azrai Spears get an amazing flank, so very, very well played by Dob Plays, getting those Azrai Spears to pin down all these Blood Knights. This is going to be catastrophic. Just so much anti-large armor piercing. Vlad von Karstein definitely needs to summon some zombies here, but it looks like they might be able to push through the other side. But he's going to take a lot of losses on these Blood Knights and some of his other cav, but he is actually able to push through. So I thought that might be really, really bad, but, you know, the Dryad line was so buckled that he was able to get away. But over here, another surround. So you can see that Dob Plays actually has a great surround. He has the Sisters of Thorn, he has the Dryads, he has the Spears. And these Black Knights and the Varric Reavers, I think? No, just 2 Black Knights are getting melted. In the meantime, over here, you can see Big Dirty Durthu and his bro are just going to be laying a pounding on the Vampire Count's troops. And they're just not taking any shit. They just got their tentacles out for Harambe. Just having a good old time. And what a fierce one here. Oh, look at that cleaving attack. But yeah, so far it's a relatively even battle. If anything, I would say it might be slightly favoring the Wood Elves because, again, Durthu's in such good shape. But this Tree Man is slowly getting dragged down by the White King and Vlad. And you can also see in the back the Varric Reavers are probably going to try and get another charge. I think they're trying to get through into these Dryads, but you can see a Shield of Thorns going down. So Shield of Thorns is the augmentation ability that is available to the Sisters of Thorn. Well, I mean, it's in a lore of magic, but they have access to it. And it's going to actually give them some weapon damage, but is it AoE? Yeah, it looks like it does affect all these guys, including the Eternal Guard here. So the Black Knights are at 40 models. These ones are very durable. The Varric Reavers do actually have regeneration, so they don't die as quickly as regular Black Knights. I think they're one of those regiments for now that's like almost an auto-include. They're really, really good. So the White King here is just getting spanked. He does pop the heroic killing blow, but Durthu's just getting hog wild, just popping Flocks of Doom, just getting a little bit crunk over here. Some Eternal Guard are going to be cleaning up these Graveguard, and they might be able to finish them off. 56 models against 76. That's going to be really tough. But the Wood Elf Blob here is in pretty good shape. The Sisters of Thorn still kiting out a very, very... Do you see that Dryad fly? Oh, man. You see that fly? That thing just fly across the screen? Oh, my God, that was ridiculous. But the Sisters of Thorn kiting pretty effectively. They're going to be countercharging these Knights right now, which is going to be pretty good, just mucking them up. They do apply poison with their missiles, so their spears. So these guys aren't currently poisoned right now. But again, there's a ton of Wood Elf troops here. So I think it's going to be hard to kill that Death Star. The one thing that could go south for Dob is the fact that Durthu and the boys are kind of like isolated over here, but there's not really much isolating them. And his anti-large options are very sparse. I don't even know if the Blood Knights are still around. So the Black Knights are right here. Here we do have the Varric Reavers. And I really think the Blood Knights, yeah, there are a couple here. 28 models. If they can actually turn and snipe out this branch rate, that could be pretty good. But I don't think he has enough stopping power to take out the big trees. You can see Big Daddy Durthu just got his talons in the ground. And he's, I guess, roots. They're not even talons, but they're going to be doing a pretty good job right here. So those Graveguard are going to get slapped down right there. You can see the Blood Knights coming back in. Definitely a good decision by Janet. But I think at this point, Vlad is even starting to get worn down over the course of this long, grindy battle with Durthu. And yeah, that might be it. I'm not sure. I mean, he could potentially come back. The bounce power is still relatively even. But I don't know. Does he have the stopping power to deal with Durthu? You can see the Black Knights here going down. The Blood Knights here have, let's see how many models they have. So in total, they have 26. Yeah, but yeah, if this Wood Elf Blob, like, I think that's a little bit of an overcommitment over there. If some of these Eternal Guard were fighting right here, like, this battle would probably be close to being over by now. But the Blood Knights are able to pull back. Maybe they can keep cycle charging and wear down Durthu, but he does get the Shield of Thorns, putting his weapon strength up to 522. Tentacles. Tree roots out for Harambe, yes. So Vlad von Karstein here is at about 2.6. He's now at his healing cap, so any damage that is done to him is going to be permanent. This one Tree Man, though, is starting to get a little bit low, and Janet has been really good about perpetually applying that Master Begamin on the trees. Another great Flock of Doom, though. Flock of Doom has been really solid, so pretty much anything that's threatening Durthu, he's just using Flock of Doom and wearing them down over the course of the battle, which is pretty good. Also, the little branch wraith right here does have the Call of the Woods. So if you look at him, or it's actually, I think it's actually a sheep, but it actually is going to be giving 5 melee attack to the big trees, which is going to allow them to spank even harder. And it looks like those Black Knights are pretty much offline. The Sisters of Thorn, actually surprisingly good in melee. You're able to finish those guys off. The Eternal Guards and other guys are going to be coming back here. So, yeah, looks like Dov is going to get on the scoreboard, guys. He's doing it to it. He's coming back. He's the hero of the people, prolonging the stream. And you can see the big tree men. Look at these guys. Just doing some good work. But yeah, that's kind of the classic style of play against Vampire Counts. So Vampire Counts have always struggled to deal with large units. Terror Guys are a pretty good option in my opinion, but again, Terror Guys, like, on paper seem a little bit risky against the Vampire Counts, because, or against the Wood Elves because of all the missiles and, you know, AP units they have that can shoot them, but in this match they would have been very, very powerful for sure. No tree con. You can't die. Yeah. So that's going to be it. Vlad's going down. Vampire Count's army is going to crumble, and Dob Plays is going to take that game. So let the conspiracies flow. Has Dob paid this day? Perhaps he has, but we got a pretty good King of the Hill here on our hands. So currently, as it stands, Gobbo King has 2 wins, Janet has 2 wins, and Dov now has 1 win. So if Dov wins the next 2 games, he then takes the series. But he's going to be facing off against Gobbo King here. So we're gonna see what happens here. It's gonna be a good one. So let me update the scoreboard, make sure we're good, and all right, let's do it to it. Let's go talk to the guys.
Very true.
All right, guys, well played. So Dov, awesome game, man. You made the tree people proud. You had some March of the Ents going on. So tell me about it.
Yeah, you know, I just figured the vampires don't really have a way to deal with treemen, so Durthu plus a tree man would be pretty good. Plus, you got the sisters to help deal with heavy cav and all the anti-large, plus dryads to help chop through fodder. So, you know, I figured the Wood Elves had a pretty good advantage in this matchup.
Absolutely, yeah, I liked your build quite a bit. And you know, because a lot of Vampire Counts players, from my anecdotal experience, are a little bit hesitant to bring you know, Terror Guys against the Wood Elves, because you're thinking you're going to be facing off against Glade, you know, the missiles with AP and all that kind of stuff. So oftentimes going into the tree man and just forsaking the missiles is going to be a little bit of a mind games action. So it was definitely pretty good, man. Well played with that build. And Janet, Vlad put up a good fight. The Master Beguilements were pretty solid, but what do you think would happen there?
It was the Treeman. Because I would have loved to have brought something like Crypt Horrors or something. You know, you do a lot of damage, you got some armor piercing. But against Wood Elves, you're going to have so many Eternal Guard, Azrai Spears, all of the ranged. So they're just so easy to counter. So it's really tough to know what to bring.
Yeah.
It's a tough matchup. It's not really one I've done much. But yeah, definitely have to play around with some things.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it went, though.
It was definitely a good game. So well played to both of you guys. And Gobbo, are you ready to step up and
Yeah, I guess
do
so.
it?
I'll have to check chat and see what the people want.
Did you have your sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're fed now?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. All right, well, we'll see you guys in the battlefield, and thanks again for playing. All right.
See you there.
See ya. All right, guys. So currently, as it stands, we're going to be having the Gobbo King versus... oh, wait, you guys want answers about Dov paid Janet for not bringing Gorst? Yeah, so we're going to have Dov facing off against Gobbo King. So we're going to have Dwarfs versus Empire, perhaps? Give or take? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. That is an incredibly hard matchup for Empire, in my opinion. So let me shut my door real quick. Sorry, guys. Oh, all right. Why are people quacking in chat? He should have brought Gorst. Gorst would have been a terror in the night. Yeah, Turin. Treekin plus water. OP mangroves. Oh, man. Gorst is hard to counter. Yeah, Gorst could have outran those trees. Maybe. But I do think that this is a very hard matchup for Empire. It's usually very grindy. Like you, I don't even know. It's one of the ones I've really struggled with. Dwarves, definitely very sturdy folk. Hey, Nick, I'm glad you enjoy the format, man. Thank you, brother. So, I mean, this could potentially be it. So if the Gobbo King is able to take this game, if he wins, he's going to, you know, get the 3 wins he needs to close out the series, so... Well, that, you know, Gobbo King likes to play the hard matchups, you know, like using Bretonia against, you know, anyone or Empire against Dwarves. That's kind of the way, you know, how he's gotten so good at the game, is he always takes the hard matchups. I tuck my shirt in. Well, my shirt actually isn't tucked in right now. It might have just looked like it, but I have done that in the past. I am a grandpa. You're just quacking because of the Mighty Ducks? Okay. Longbeards, Greatswords will beat Longbeards. Yeah. It depends. I think Longbeards with Great Opens lose to Greatswords. Yeah, because the anti-infantry bonus is pretty powerful. Pump those dwarven legs. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Wiersbick? I probably just mangled your name horribly. I'm sorry. So currently, as it stands, we got Gobbo King with 2 wins, Janet with 2, and Dov just won the last game. So it could potentially. So how it'll work, guys? If Gobbo wins this, it's over. If Dov wins this, it'll go to 2, and they'll all have 2 wins, and then essentially Janet and Dov would play for the finals. So Dov is going to be going with a pretty well-rounded army, Dwarf Warriors in the front line to deal with flagellants, or not flagellants, but just kind of like state troops and that kind of stuff. To deal with greatswords, he has a line of Longbeards with great weapons, which also do have charge defense, so you can use them as backline tools. You might actually be using them, but I would recommend at least one group of Slayers. I think that would be pretty worth it. Bugman's Rangers are very powerful. These guys, oh, there you go. Miners with blasting charges are awesome. They are awesome. Hey, I'm glad, blah, 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 blah. I'm glad the channel got you into Warhammer. I don't know about that, Aaron. I do not know about that, but the build's good. It's good. Like, Miners with blasting charges are really solid. They have decent AP values. So if they're fighting against like low tier Empire, like Empire Knights, or even against Reichsguard, they will lose. I mean, they'll beat Empire Knights. I think Empire Knights are really poor in combat stats. Actually, I'm not sure how that matchup would go. But the Miners with blasting charges are great at like kind of mucking up fodder. The blasting charges do very well against like low armored Empire troops. On top of that, the Bugman's Rangers should be pretty good at countering handgunners and Sterling's Revenge and those kind of units. He does have the Goblobber as well. And the Gobbo King putting the pressure on. He's readying up. Yeah, this is a very, very hard matchup for Empire, but I think Gobbo King has been practicing it, so I think he probably has some pretty dank builds here. Yeah, we'll see. He's got something better. Gobbo King's in chat if you guys want to ask questions about his build. No spoilers. Spoiler alert. Yeah. I'm really excited for Three Kingdoms. And I did have a great holidays, man. Thank you for I was in Poland with my fiance, Lady Turn. It was such a good time. I miss her. If Dov wins the final battle, must be just Kemmler versus Gorst. No other units, just Gorst versus Kemmler. Just fighting without mounts, just whacking each other with their canes. It'd be like when Gandalf and Saruman fight in the first Lord of the Rings movie, just with the stabs, like, oh. Yeah. Go on UOP, already calling it. If Dov wins, do a free-for-all between all of them. I don't know if you can do a 3-person free-for-all. We could. I'll talk to the guys about it. If that does end up happening. But I don't want to incentivize anyone to throw the game just to make that happen. I want them to try their hardest. That's like the purpose of these, is to teach people. You know? Outriders with grenade launchers against the dwarves is terrible. You would think grenade launchers would have like good AP, right? But they don't. It's like their AP values are super poor. I mean, it is possible. I've beaten the dwarves with Empire before. Like, I think it's really important to like effectively cycle charge. I think cycle charging is really important. So you just go very cav heavy. You can use a couple of Reichsguards, Zentler's Reichsguard, even Knights of the Blazing Sun if you want, but I wouldn't. I don't know. I like the Reichsguard a little bit more in this matchup. You cycle charge. You draw them out. You can even there's artillery builds. There's so much you can do, but it's very hard. The dwarves are very stalwart for the Empire. Yeah, Gobbo can only see chat. No worries. But oftentimes, what I'll do when I play Empire vs. Dwarves is I'll bring a very wide front line of swordsmen, including the Sigmar Sons, saturated with like 2 or 3 groups of great swords, a couple cav units. Volkmar is actually not terrible on his chariot. Like he's pretty hard to kill, and he can use the banishment ability on like the handgunners or the thunders and things like that. So we'll see. Yep, Volkmar, pretty good choice. And he did bring grenade launchers and Zentler's Reichsguard. Grenade launchers are just so haggard. Oh my god, where are they? Where are they over here? I'm looking. Where are they? Okay. Oh my god, I can't believe he's bringing grenade launchers. That's so troll. All right, so down here they have 60 missile damage with 14 of that being AP. But I mean, the Bugman's Rangers are just going to massacre them. It's just going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal. Yeah, I don't know how he's going to pull it out. It looks like he's going to be vanguarding those guys in the back over here. Dov does have a cannon, so let's go ahead and look at that. We already saw the dwarf army, I suppose. So cannon, miners with blasting charges. He does also have a Goblobber. Thane, he has a Rune Lord with the Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin and the Missile Resist Rune, if I'm not mistaken. A couple Bugman's Rangers, and that's it. So for the Gobbo King, Hellblaster Volley Guns, he does have 2 of them. He has a Light Wizard for Nets of Emnitok, which is pretty interesting against the dwarves. He has some Spearmen over here, which are going to be supporting the back line. A full front line of handgunners. So a very powder-heavy build. Is that 3 Hellblaster Volley Guns? Are you serious? He has 3 of those bad boys. Man, Gobbo King getting hog wild up in here. He does have Sterling's Revenge, so he's just going to be going full powder warfare on these dwarves. This build is insane. Yeah. Noob tubers. Yeah, he loves the grenade launchers for sure. But I mean, the rest of his army isn't like Like, doesn't seem like terrible. Like, the Hellblaster volley guns will do pretty good. And he's going to force the dwarves to advance, having the 3 artillery pieces like that. So they're going to start shooting in right away. The dwarf artillery will return fire. The Goblobber is very good at dealing with enemy artillery, so that could be tough. Sterling's Revenge are marching in. The grenade launchers are kind of posturing in the back. How are their combat stats? They're pretty poor. Actually, are these Zintler's Reichsguard? Oh my god, the Zintler's Reichsguard coming in. Oh no, hopefully Dov sees this. That could be devastating if those guys get a full charge into those Bugman's Rangers. But there's so much going on in the front, right? Dov's probably looking at it all, just taking it all in, all the absurdity. But man, if these Zintler's Reichsguard get that charge, that could be devastating. So the Sterling's Revenge are going to be clipping the flanks of these miners with blasting charges. Bugman's Rangers will probably turn and shoot, but they're just going to get sandwiched here. Oh no, this is so bad. So the Zintler's Reichsguard are going to come in and get a free charge. This is so much money out the window for free. Oh no. Just a fat, erect charge for Sigmar. Oh my goodness, that's brutal. Oh, the dwarves, no. The humanity of it. Although the Bugman's Rangers are surprisingly durable, but a Rune of Wrath and Ruin is going to be going down. I think the Master one. So, no, just the regular Rune of Wrath and Ruin. So, yeah, that was a pretty good little charge there. The Empire is going to be clipping the flanks. Sterling's Revenge is doing massive value, but this pressure from the Zintler's Reichsguard is buying time for the Sterling's Revenge to do pretty good. Handgunners and Hellblasters are also shooting into these dwarves in the front line, the Ironbreakers. And it looks like there might be a little bit of a line of sight issue. No, they're actually clipping them. But those Norgrimling's Ironbreakers are just like shield blocking those artillery shots. So the Zintler's Reichsguard are going to be pulling back. The miners in the meantime taking a bit of work. And you can see Volkmar on his Pimp Chariot going in. He probably will get caught with the Tormentor Sword here, which is a little bit tough. So it does go down there. But there's not too much pressure on him, so it's probably going to wear off before it's terribly effective. The Zintler's Reichsguard are going to pull back, maybe come up and around. You can see the grenade launchers in the back are just getting dumpstered horribly. But the Handgunner's got a pretty decent little firing line here. Hellblaster volley guns, I don't know how well they're working. I guess the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers are taking a bit of damage. I really like this by Goblin King also, using the Empire Captain to get in there and just tank the dwarves while the guns just... Oh, look at that withering fire from these handgunners. Oh man, that is so cool. But the grenade launchers are pretty much offline. The Zintler's Reichsguard are going to get another charge on the Goblobber, which is great. Banishment going down. It looks like it just was a bit of a swing and a miss, but even fight so far. The Sterling's Revenge are just doing work, and the Empire Powder is advancing. You can see the dwarves are just chasing down Volkmar on his Pimp Chariot as he's just riding through them. Look at him go. Oh my god. And a net of Ammontok, that was a thing of beauty. Oh my goodness. Just locking those guys down. This is madness. Yeah, this is Gobbo King. So the Zintler's Reichsguard do get the Rune of Wrath and Ruin, but not until they shut down the Goblobber. You can see some of these Warriors of Dragonfire Pass are going to be rushing over there to help. That was a great net, though, for sure. Allowed Volkmar to escape. The Handgunners are just kind of teeing off on these guys, and I think the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers must be pretty tattered at this point. Over here, unfortunately for the Sterling's Revenge, you can see the Bugman's Rangers do have the support of the Rune Lord. The cannon is still firing over here at the Hellblaster volley guns. One of them actually completely offline, so... It looks like these guys might be a little bit obstructed. I don't know if they're shooting that one group. Actually, they have an okay line of sight. I think yeah, there they go. Okay, so they're shooting in, just kind of clipping away at these miners and other troops here. The Empire Captain is going to be tanking all these guys. A banishment right here would actually be really, really solid. So in the meantime, Gobbo King is going to be kiting with Volkmar. You can see the Zintler's Reichsguard are going to be coming in on these Bugman's Rangers. And Volkmar he's actually surprisingly good. This is boring you, Hulk? I'm sorry. So the Chariot's coming in against the Dwarves right here, and the Zintler's Reichsguard, a little bit of a hammer and anvil tactics are going to, wear those guys down. Because if he can kill all the Bugman's Rangers, it's going to really free up his handgunners to, fire with impunity. And the grenade launchers are here, so you guys get to see the grenade launchers against Dwarves. Does almost no damage. Granted, there's only a couple models there, so it's not going to be, terribly devastating, but... the Warriors, or the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers, they might want to advance. I think it would be a pretty good idea to just push them forward and just try and throw some blasting charges at these handgunners. Though the Sterling's Revenge have come back. They're actually hidden again, so they could potentially come in and start shooting at this cannon crew. Balance of power is very even. The Hellblaster volley guns, one of them is, two of them are actually offline. The third one is still firing. Up to 68 kills, so having performed pretty well so far. You can see the Rune of Wrath and Ruin is going to be slowing these guys down. There are some spearmen in the back that if the dwarves do decide to push, he can also use those as kind of a bit of a shield. But that Goblobber doing some heavy lifting here. So if he can get anything on the Goblobber to shut it down, doesn't look like he's going to have the resources to take it out, though. Volkmar's still just doing his thing. He only has 4 kills. He's basically just been running around just trolling this entire time. Grenade launchers might do okay against the Slayers and the other troops like that. But the handgunner is starting to get pretty beat up. And, honestly, the Dawi are just kind of holding firm here. But still, the bounce power is very, very even. Just slightly in the favor of one of the players here, but it's still close enough that it could go either way. So the Sterling's Revenge are going to come back and they just cap that cannon. They just put that cannon down so hard, and it looks like they're going to keep shooting here. They probably would lose in melee against Bugman's Rangers, who have 38 melee defense, although it could be a pretty close fight actually. So these handgunners still just getting wasted by those guys. So Gobbo definitely probably wants to pull those back and use his Hellblaster volley gun. Volkmar getting a heavy banishment, which actually pulls the Mounts of Power back towards the middle a little bit, which is insane. Like, man, did it Oh, did it flatten the Goblobber? No, the Goblobber still has one cannon that's going to be firing, or one of the, I guess, catapults or whatever. Volkmar the Grim, in the meantime, is regenerating. He does have the Grand Hammer of Sigmar, and of course, Nets of Ambertalk could be dropped right here to kind of take care of this blob. The Norgrimling's Ironbreakers are getting relatively beat up. And these Sterling's Revenge are just doing work. I mean, they might be able to break this cannon here. Looks like they're still shooting into Bugmans. They might just want to charge in melee. It's hard to say, but a lot of handgunners are rallying. It's a very even fight so far. This is pretty wild. So Volkmar the Grim getting in there. He's going to be charging into Slayers, just a true hero of Sigmar. Just rolling through. He's just like, coming through, guys. He's just going to keep kind of rolling away. He does, of course, have the Rune of Breath and Ruin cast on him, so well played by Dov, getting that slowing effect. But again, he's going to be counteracted by the Nets of Amnitalk right there, which are going to keep those guys down. You can see the Light Wizard just running with his gown on. He's at full Sigma. He's just going to be charging into these Bugman's Rangers here, which should be pretty good. So the Empire Handgunners are okay on ammunition. They still have a little bit left. This one has 33 models and some good ammo. The Hellblaster Volley Gun, still, shooting in there. Definitely be nice to kind of break this pocket. But you can see these handgunners are all firing relatively well, and Volkmar's in good health, but I don't know. I feel like it's going to be hard to take out the Rune Lord and like some of those more elite units for the dwarves. I mean, like, what does he have in terms of stopping power? He does have this Organ Gun, I guess, and the Zenith's Reichsguard are rallying with 14 models. So that's incredibly strong. Wow, this is crazy. This is a madness. What a build. I mean, I think if the grenade launchers hadn't been here, it would be a little bit more effective, but still, I mean, he's making it work. So the Gobbo King surrounding with the Empire, you can see the Hellblaster Volley Guns are shooting in there, and the Bugman's Rangers are getting rode down by Volkmar right here. You can see, look at him just getting run under the wheels of that thing. Oh my goodness, it's so absurd. And the Sterling's Revenge are down to 21 models, but still, they have some stopping power there. They're going to probably assist Volkmar and should be able to shut down all of these resources over here. And I don't think Volkmar is anywhere near his healing cap. So the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers down to 29 models. These guns have just been shooting them the entire game, just doing their best. You can see the Gobbo King is going to be using some of his spearmen to potentially shut down the Goblobber. I think there's only... Oh no, they're actually... I thought there was only one catapult left, but I guess there's more. But yeah, these guys are probably going to waver and break before they're able to do any substantial damage. So handgunners are going to be pushing forward. In the meantime, Volkmar and the boys are just kind of routing off the side of the battlefield. You can see this cannon right here is, well, is it terror routed? No, I think it's actually coming back right now. And the Sterling's Revenge, 19 models, are going to be fighting against the 26 here, and they're pretty strong. I mean, they have, let's see, 38, 35, and 28, so they do have better combat stats, but not by much. So the Bugman's Rangers do, of course, also regenerate, so that's going to be another variable that plays in here. The blasting charges from the Ironbreakers are going to be teeing off on those handgunners in the back. In the meantime, you can see the handgunners here, the 32 models, are going to be shooting into the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers, who have, let's see, 26 models left, give or take. So I think it's going to be tough. I don't think the Empire's going to have enough stopping power to polish off the dwarves. Because the full health Runesmith, I mean, the Rune Lord right here is obviously pretty strong in his own right. They both have their Haggard Chariots. Look at this. Just look at this picture right here. Just look at this. Just the absurdity of this. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Yeah, this is some level of just wild builds going on. But there are some handgunners in the back. They could potentially isolate and take out this Rune Lord. Like if the two handgunners and also the Hellblaster Volley Guns are back online. And the dwarves are starting to look spread a little bit thin, but they did overcommit to chasing this Empire Captain. So he has a lot of troops kind of out of position over there. And Volkmar is still healthy, but yeah, so many of the other Empire troops are just so beat up. And the Bugman's Rangers are all running out of ammunition, and the handgunners still have quite a bit, actually. So if Volkmar can take out these Norgrimling's Ironbreakers and finish them off, he might be able to stabilize here. It's a little bit hard to say. I think there still is a cannon back here. Let's see if there's any cannons. Nope, the cannons are all destroyed, so there's not going to be any more artillery fire from the dwarves. And it looks like the artillery crew for the Goblobber is getting a little bit wild, but they're out of ammo, so they don't really have a choice. So over here, the Rune of Wrath and Ruin is going to be helping to support and take out these Zenitler's Reichsguard. You can see Bugman's Rangers and the boys are going to probably be polishing them off. Though in the meantime, Volkmar the Grim here is able to actually rout off those Norgrimling's Ironbreakers. So the Rune Lord is isolated here. So the artillery crews are just scattering to the wind. Volkmar is probably going to go after this blob right here, which is a pretty good choice. He could potentially just break this entire blob, and if he can kind of roll around on his hoopty cart and take out like all these pockets of dwarven infantry, which he could easily solo all of this. He could probably solo all of this, with the exception of the Runesmith. I mean, that'll take a little bit of time, but you can see the guns are going to be shooting in here. Definitely wants to wear down that Runesmith. Rune of Wrath and Ruin going down from Job Plays, the Master. The damage obviously isn't going to do much, but it is going to slow Volkmar and perhaps allow the Runesmith and other troops to get a little bit of a better engagement right here. And yeah, you can see it's going to be going in, a nice slow charge right into these guys, and Volkmar just getting crazy. And also the handgunners, oh my goodness, look at him. Oh, and the Cav of the Empire coming in the fourth quarter. Oh my goodness, he's a madman. So the dwarf forces here are definitely going to buckle. The Rune Lord is just kind of waddling on his toilet seat, trying to catch up to the best of his abilities. But the Empire handgunners are still in this, and they're going to be shooting that Rune Lord, not making the best contact. I think a lot of the Grumbling Guard and other troops there are taking the brunt of that, but I don't know. It's going to be an uphill battle for the Gobbo King, even though the bounce of power, it's in the favor of Dov right now, but Volkmar is hard to kill, and he's unbreakable, so he's not going to get hit with army losses, so you can really get some shenanigans going on, for sure. It's tough. And yeah, for those of you guys that are talking about that Empire, they're fast forwarding now, which is doing us a courtesy. So Volkmar is getting wild, man. Oh my goodness. But like he brought grenade launchers. I guess he wanted to see if they would work on Slayers or something. But this was a wild build. It's already an incredibly hard matchup, but Volkmar is just doing work. I mean, he only has 48 kills, but he's just been a terror in the night this entire game. Just riding down the dwarves. Just look at him, just grinding these guys down, just with his chariot. Oh my god! And the Hellblaster crew is over here. I mean, I don't know. Killing that Rune Lord is going to be really tough for Volkmar, but Volkmar is, he has healing. He probably wants to take out this formation here. So Goblin King's going to be grabbing it and going after the Longbeards and the other troops over here. And yeah, this is definitely the best game of the day. And it's not even the last one either. We're going to have one more after this if Gabo loses. But if Gabo wins, it's over. So Volkmar the Grim is going to be riding dirty over here. You can see he's just riding through the troops. He is going to get the Rune of Wrath and Rune cast. If only he had a banishment, that would be just brutality. But I think Volkmar inevitably is going to get dragged down here because he can't take the Rune Lord. Rune Lord's like full health. He's walking back right now, and it's going to be a little bit too much. But he's still 66 kills right here. Oh my god. And yeah, I'm pretty sure there will be a patch with Tomb Kings. I'm hoping so. We'll see. Balance patch. And yeah, Volkmar the Grim is going to get dragged down. So Dotplace is going to take that very atrocious, wild game. So we have 3 Hellblaster volley guns, grenade launchers, handgunners, like 1 spearman for infantry. Yeah, we'll get a Randy Savage emote, Paul. I like that idea, brother. That's good. So that is actually going to make it 2, 2, and 2. So each player has 2 here, which is insane. So now it's going to go to the finals between Janet and Dov here. And if you guys want, so so chat, let me ask you this. Would you guys rather settle the finals in a tradition, so between Janet and Dov, or would you guys rather have a free-for-all to settle the finals between these 3? Let me know in chat. I'm just going to hang tight for a second. But if you guys want free-for-all, just spam FFA. If you guys want the traditional, just type 1v1 or something. Yeah, whatever you guys want to type. So, and then, of course, I'll talk to the guys and see what they want to do. So let me just update the scoreboard here. The curse is back. Yeah. You guys got a Steven Seagal emote. For those of you guys that are sponsoring here on YouTube, on the sponsor button, you guys get access to emotes and everything. All right, you guys want FFAs? Okay, well, FFA it is. Oh my goodness. All right, let me go talk to the guys.
What is
all right, guys.
An FFA?
Hope you're all doing well here. That was one of the most ridiculous game I've ever seen. So chat has a pretty glorious idea. So since you guys all have 2 games, and just to make it a little bit more spicy, they're saying that perhaps we should settle it in the free-for-all world.
Okay.
You guys want to do it?
Sounds awful. I mean, I think we got to do some kind of 8 Peaks themed nonsense, right?
I don't know. Everyone was like saying like, since they're all 2-2, let's settle it in a free for all. You could do Carrick 8 Peaks. You could do.
Oh no! Someone said 1v1.
There's a couple people who want 1v1.
I took the wrong spell.
That was a cool build though, for sure. Like
I meant to have 2 banishments.
Yeah. Oh, with the light
wizard. And then I'm like, that's weird. That's none of Amontar.
Yeah. Well, and that was actually really solid. Like it had some particularly good saves and helping Volkmar get away and whatnot. So
I don't think Empire can beat Dwarves in equal skill.
It's hard. It's really tough for sure. It's an incredibly hard matchup.
You're implying we have equal skill, Gabo. Clearly. Clearly you're better than me.
Whatever. I got a Hellblaster, got like 113.
So how about this? So we can have, to please everybody, we can do the 1v1, and then we can finish with an FFA. Are you guys down for that?
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right. Don't worry, guys. You're getting FFA. Goodness gracious. All right. So here we're going to have Dov facing off against Janet, just the traditional closure, and then we're going to have an FFA between all of us to do it to it. Yep.
Sweet.
We're doing it. It's going to be fun. Yeah, and I mean, maybe I'll play in the FFA. We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling. All right, guys. I'm going to jump back to commentary, and we're going to do it to it. Good luck, Janet and Dov. All right. So, guys, that's going to be the tail of the tape. We're going to play the last 1v1 just to stay true to the format, and then after that, we're going to do an FFA for all of you guys. Yes, it'll be good. Don't worry. You're going to get your FFA, guys. It's happening. You get both. I like to treat you guys nice. Treat you guys nice like. So Janet is going to be facing off against Dov here in the finals. So we're gonna see who's able to pull this one out. I'll play in the FFA, sure, no problem. We'll close it out with a fun YouTuber FFA for you guys. Yeah, I'm streaming tonight, so your exam tomorrow will be successful. I hope so. Thank you, White Noise. I have no idea what that means. Yeah. Yeah, I could play in the FFA, and I could actually just use like a lord and just fly around and just troll everyone on the battlefield. Oh, that could actually be really fun. Oh, man. All right, so let me go ahead and message these guys. Let's see your most competitive builds. It is time. Oh, here we go. Okay. Is Janet going Gorst? Well, no. It looks like Janet's going to be playing the Lizardman, so. Yeah, try True King of Caracate Peaks. Thank you, man. Super Chat shouldn't be broken. It should work. There was a couple donations earlier on the stream, so it should be working. I drank loud, and my apologies, man. Fun for all. What a treat. Hey, man, trash them all. I notice you, man. Of course, no problem. Use Gelt? I could use Gelt. I'll try. Getting off his throne. All Harpy army? No. I have some schemes in mind. I have some schemes. Harganath build could be pretty strong. They're very killy, but again, in FFA, most people just bring troll builds anyway, so you're going to be like facing off against like, you know, just the most absurd stuff. We could do like a Carrick 8 Peaks battle. I'm trying to think like, but again, that would only be good for 3 people, so. Full Vanguard stealth FFA. Can I play FFA as Empire? Yeah, maybe. Well, I feel like we just got a great treat of Empire, so this is going to be the finals here in the traditional King of the Hill format. So again, this is a King of the Hill format between Job Plays, Gabo King, and Janet on occasion, who are 3 other YouTubers. So make sure to go check out their channels. There will definitely be a link in the comment section below, and when the game gets posted, of course. And yeah, we're gonna do it to it. We're having a good old time. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Let's see. Sorry, just responding to an email real quick. How about a Vanguard rush? I could do that, but the problem is I feel like everyone's gonna Vanguard, so it's gonna just be a War. Oh, War Hydras could actually be really fun. Yeah, I actually kind of like that idea. Gabo Chariot build. I'm gonna leave that to the other guys. I'll use the Hydras. I actually really like the Hydra idea. All right, I'll be right back, guys. My mic was muted. But yes, guys, this is the finals. So we're going to have Dob Plays facing off against Janet on occasion in the finals of this King of the Hill series. And yeah, it looks like Dob is going to be using a very anti-monster army. So he does, of course, have a couple of Centaurs of the Great Bird with the throwing axes, which are very good against like Krokgar and things like that. He also is going to be using Minotaurs with shields. So probably hoping to mitigate some of the missile pressure, perhaps. But it looks like he might be changing up his build a little bit. So I'll just wait till they finish before I start giving commentary on their goodies. Skarsnik, Belgar, Queek. We could absolutely do that. Yeah, I'll probably play in it. Screw it. Why not? I'm pretty excited for the Three Kingdoms. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Total War franchise. Like, I loved Shogun was my first. I mean, I played Rome. I played all the original ones, but Shogun was probably my favorite one. So, I mean, Total War Warhammer is my favorite, but before this, Shogun 2 was my favorite. Hey, thank you, Cream of Wheat, for the donation. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate it, man. They took her jibs. Yeah. Well, you guys expressed enough interest in the free-for-all that we'll do it afterwards, so no problem. No worry, man. No worries. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, brother. Carrick 8 Peaks Showdown with Turin playing a single Troll Lord. Well, unfortunately, I don't have the actual Troll Lord. You know, I don't have access to Norska at the moment, so it is time. Okay, so for Dov's army, Centaurs with throwing axes, Minotaurs to give them a little bit more AP. They have pretty good mass. They're not the great weapon variant, so they won't have the anti-large, but still, they hit pretty hard, have really good AP, so they will have no problem dealing with Bastillodons. But what he really has to watch out for is very skink-heavy builds, like the Chameleon Skinks and the Skink Skirmishers and the Skink Cohorts. Their missiles are really going to pepper those guys down. Even with the shields, they still take quite a bit of damage, so it's going to be wild. Yeah. Get ready, guys. It is time. It is time for the finals. That last game was insane. That last game was straight up insane. And man, how many? Yeah, we're going to have a full 7 games here. It's Lubu. Yeah, I can't wait for that. It's going to be really fun. So 3 Minotaurs, like we said, the Minotaurs with the shield. So again, kind of, oh no, maybe just regular Minotaurs. Okay, so they're going to definitely be very susceptible against missile fire. But again, this is a somewhat forested map, so we should be able to kind of, skirmish away. But you can see that Janet coming in hard with 3 Skink Skirmishers, actually. So they could potentially just melt the Minotaurs, and especially with Jabba the Hutt. So Jabba the Hutt can drop a net of ammo chalk and just focus them down. He does also have a Skink Priest on the Stegodon here, so another artillery piece for the Lizard people. And on top of that, he does have Skink Cohorts, a couple groups of Swords with Spears, and I don't think he has any Temple Guard. No, doesn't look like it. For the Beastmen, they do have the Centaurs with the throwing axes here. So in total, he does have 3 groups of those. 3 groups? Yeah, I think he has 3 groups of those, which are very, very good. They can focus down Jabba. They can focus down the Skink Priest on the Beasts. Yeah, and it looks like, oh, there's another one. So he has a ton of ranged firepower. The Skink Priest here, and like both of these caster skinks have the ability to shoot with their Stegodons. They're basically like artillery pieces. Oh no, this is going to be a wild engagement. So on the front line, you can see the Centaurs right here are going to be posturing up against these skinks. Looks like they have a couple of chevrons put in them, but they still could get run over by these guys. But they're close enough that the overwatch from these casters should be able to help out. On top of that, he does have some great weapons in the forest, I think, or just regular Centaurs. Man, what a wild game. So immediately they're going to be exchanging here. And you can see the Centaurs are going to be trying to get, a freebie, charging down the skinks right out of the gates. And you can see the little skinks are going to take a bit of damage, but nothing terrible. They should be able to get away. Because you can see the big dinos are going to come in with the big old chub, going to ramrod some of those Centaurs, so he's definitely going to want to pull back. And the big issue is if an edit... Oh, that is going to be devastating. Oh, that is so rough. Oh, no. Oh, all that money just in the can right now. That's going to be really, really tough. So the Skink Priest right here is going to be doing some heavy lifting against these Centaurs who are wavering and now terrified, just getting dumpstered right now. So Dov is in a very, very dicey situation. He does have the rest of his army kind of hiding in the forest over here, advancing. I don't know how he's going to come back from that. I don't know, he might be able to, but the damage he did to the Lizardmen was pretty negligible. I mean, it was a little bit of damage on the Skink Skirmishers and the other troops like that, but I mean, it's still possible. He still has a little bit of stopping power on these guys, so he probably just wants to pull them back and be very conservative at this point and just wait for, the rest of his army to get here and potentially polish things off. So there's going to be another charge. The Centaurs with great weapons are going to be coming into Skink Cohorts. It looks like there's going to be a Flock of Doom going down. He should get some pretty good free damage, but the Flock of Doom will also chip away at them, but that was a nice charge. That did some heavy, heavy damage for sure. So Dov giving it back a little bit, definitely standing resolute in the face of a very, very rough situation there in the beginning. But, the Lizardman army is a little bit weak on the infantry. It's mostly skinks and just like low-tier stuff. There are some sort of spears, but, the Minotaurs, and let's see what he has in the front line. So Ungor Spearman herds stacked with Minotaurs, but the spears are going to do really, really well against these guys. Minotaurs only have 35 armor against Sora Spears, who already hit really hard. In the back, looks like Dov does have his Shadowcaster, so he definitely wants to get that guy up right now. Hopefully he doesn't forget that. I think he's got a lot going on in the front, so he's a little bit occupied with that. But he's able to retreat back into the trees. Potentially could get another charge, but you can see the Sora Spears with shields are going to be kind of screening right here. And hopefully he gets his caster. Yeah, there he comes. Okay, so he's going to get the caster before the fighting, which should be fine. And yeah, does Terran's community have a name? We're just, we're the wild hogs. That's what we like to call each other. We're the wild hogs. Yeah, absolutely. So Lord Mazdamundian here and these Skink Priests, of course, do have their little ballistas up here. You can see these dudes are just going to be shooting and throwing their spears, which is going to be pretty good. But, obviously the Ungor Spearman herds are going to be collapsing, getting the charge off, but their charge bonus is only 11. It's actually more than the Sora Spears, believe it or not. But the Minotaurs, I don't know. It's going to be hard to find a good engagement for them. There's this huge firing squad in the back, but if Dov can get these Centaurs with great weapons and shut down this blob back here, he could potentially, sandwich them. So these two collapse here, these two collapse here, and then from there, the Minotaurs could engage relatively safely. Because right now, you can see the Ungor Spearman herds are just getting massacred. But the Minotaurs coming in hot through the forest. They do have the cover of the trees, which is going to be somewhat helpful, but they're going to be trying to burn down this big Skink Priest right here. So we'll see how it goes. So in the meantime, Centaurs with the great weapons coming around the backside, going to be pressuring. Oh, this could be a great catch for Dov. This could get him back in the game. If he's able to just sandwich these skinks right here, he needs to get these great weapons and finish these guys off. That is some fresh fish on the line. He needs to get those guys, for sure, in my opinion. Another banishment going down. It doesn't look like it did too much damage. The Minotaur's still putting a bit of a dent right here into this guy. Yeah, looks like he's putting a dent into the skink priest. Definitely not a terrible engagement. Morker and a Shadowcaster are nearby, so of course there's going to be some Chaos Spawn summoning. Bounce Power is still very even, and it looks like he's able to get those skinks. So very, very well played by Dov, kind of stabilizing after a very rough initial engagement there. And he's able to just clean those guys up. There are some Minotaurs in the back as well. They could potentially take on the... No, oh, he does have Temple Guard. Ooh, that's going to be tough to take out for sure. But again, he does have, Chaos Spawn and different things like that. So the Chaos Spawn and the boys are able to push up here, and they might be able to pick off the Skink Priest. He does have 50 speed, so the Minotaurs are actually about the same speed. They are being poisoned, but I think the Minotaur's base speed is like 58, give or take. So, yeah, it's going to be some tricky business, for sure. So the Skink Priest here does have the Enfeebling Foe, so that's going to lower his melee attack quite substantially. So you can see right now he's just going to take a huge, huge pounding from all these Minotaurs. So definitely well played there. In the meantime, though, Jabba's in good shape. You can see there's a Skink Priest with Lord Beast over here. And Jabba the Hutt looks to be, there's some sort of magic going down right here. I'm not sure what it is. Looks like a Pit of Shades. Ooh, that was pretty nice. Actually catching those Skinks, doing some pretty heavy damage. Definitely would have been pretty good on Temple Guard as well, but you got to take what you can get. So the Skink Skirmishers are all pretty much offline. You can see these ones are running, these ones over here are in pretty bad shape, and of course these Skink Skirmishers, the 20 models right here, are also fleeing off the battlefield. So very even fight so far. The bounce power a little bit in the favor of, I think, the Beastmen right now, but that's largely due to the fact that there's two full groups of Chaos Mon, so when those get summoned off and disappear, it's going to be a little bit tougher. So right now, just trying to finish off the Skink Priest. There has been an Apotheosis cast, but those Minotaurs and Chaos Spawn are just going to pound town on this guy. You can see down here, they got their big axes out, and they're just pissed and angry. I mean, they are cheaper than the great weapons by quite a bit. I think like 200 or 300, so you're able to get quite a bit more. So he actually shatters that big dinosaur, which is pretty incredible for sure. The Sword of Spears on the low ground here are going to be charging in to help, and of course Jabba the Hutt's still going to be hard to take out. So if Jabba stands on top of all these Temple Guards and just like kind of tanks and fights and uses his magic and witchcraft, it looks like there's going to be a call of violence going down. But that would probably be his best bet. Get Jabba the Hutt over there, have him stand on top of the spears, wait for the Chaos Spawn and the Minotaurs to kind of get worn down. But those throwing axes are also doing a very, very good job against Jabba. Yeah, it's a wild time, but this is also going to be very tough. There's another Skink Priest coming back, and he does have Flock of Doom. Probably still has a Cold Blood charge, so he could potentially, help stabilize things. But I don't know, the Temple Guard here actually getting worn down. Enfeebling Foe performing very well for Dov. It's going to mitigate their effectiveness heavily against these Minotaurs and Chaos Spawn. You can see just this horde of monsters, beasts just coming down the hill. So very well played to both players here. It's been quite a battle here. So the Minotaur's just pushing through. Do you guys see this? Just the bull rush. Just not giving any regard for those guys. And Jabba the Hutt is probably going to die here. I mean, I don't see how Jabba can live against that kind of Minotaur pressure. His speed is 50. The Minotaurs are actually 63 speed, so they can outrun him. They can chase him down. A very, very good banishment coming in, though. It's going to land on a lot of those low-tier troops, but still, I don't know. Flock of Doom coming down as well, but I think the Beastmen are going to take this game. Looks like the Lizard people are done. I don't know. I don't know how he's going to come back. I think those Minotaurs actually, like, with the Enfeebling Foe, some really good shadow magic from Dov. And even though he had that really rough start, he was able to stabilize. Like, I thought he was done for when those Centaurs got netted. Like, I thought it would be way too hard to come back. But the persistence and just kind of chasing those Skinks down to the back line was really good. You can see a Banishment's going to be going down right here. A Pit of Shade's going to be going down on this Temple Guard, doing some pretty good damage. That's chipping away at him. And then Army Losses is definitely going to hit pretty soon for the Lizardmen, because you can see Jabba the Hutt is just feasted on. He actually disappears, so you don't get to see him laying, with his mouth agape there on the ground. But that was crazy. That was crazy. Those Minotaurs did some work. And these guys are going to just be blitzing the hill right here. You can see they're going to be going for the high ground. It's just like that final scene in The Patriot when they're charging up the hill with the flag. That's like what's happening right now. Oh my god. That was crazy. Yeah, Minotaur Soccer, for sure. MLG. That's it. Dov Plays actually comes back and takes the King of the Hill series. That's insane. That is insane. What a game, guys. What a game. So we got to see some shenanigans all around from everyone today. But ultimately, Dov was able to, despite some rough early games, was able to come back and do it to it. So let me go ahead and update the scoreboard here. All right, cool. And let's go talk to the guys. All right, guys. So congratulations, Dov. What an amazing game, man. The Minotaur train. I was a little nervous in the beginning when you got netted down there.
Yeah, that was rough. I was pretty nervous as well, but we were able to stabilize. I kind of advanced up and around, so I got that engagement in the forest, which really favors the Minotaurs.
Yeah.
They just take a lot less skink fire, and they don't suffer forest penalties, whereas like the Stegodon will suffer forest penalties. So That engagement ended up being very favorable for me, and the Shadowcaster was super clutch with that Pit of Shades and then Feebling Foes. So yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, it was really solid, man. So well played. And Janet, those nets were really good in the beginning, man, but wasn't enough to drag the Bestigor or the Centaurs down. It looked like.
Yeah, I couldn't see the rest of his army straight away. I just wanted to deal with them. But honestly, I should have just saved my Winds of Magic.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of just trash that I could have just killed easily with like Flocks of Dooms and Wind Blasts. But I wasted so much on that net, I just ran out of Winds of Magic at the end.
Yeah.
So there's a load of positions where I was just like, okay, I need to free up my Temple Guard, but they're surrounded by trash.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't kill them quick enough.
Yeah.
So so the Minotaurs were able to just yo-yo between units and finish things off. So it was rough.
Yeah, it was a great game. It was well played to both of you guys. It was like really close, back and forth. It was conspiracies are afoot. So you guys want to do?
Also Darv paid.
Yeah, Darv paid for sure.
I'm contractually obligated to say hashtag Darv paid.
It was the $2 donation, guys. That's why I won.
Yeah, he donated to me, so I rigged the game. I hacked the coding and buffed his units. So yeah, you guys want to do an FFA to close out the stream?
Yeah, we could.
I think we got to.
You sound
You
excited.
did have about like 800 comments earlier.
Oh, dude, I played so many Empire versus Dwarf games today. Oh.
Empire. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to do it anymore, Gabo. You don't have to suffer anymore.
No one will play the dwarfs just for you, Gabo.
Oh no!
I think we should do a Caracate Peaks thing.
All right, I got a couple slots open for you guys.
Cool. I could just fly around with like a troll lord and just Overwatch.
Just Gelt.
Yeah, I was saying earlier you could be Lakitu.
Who do I play if I'm just gonna be like the if you guys
coming at you live?
Should I just play with a full army or should I just troll with the hero?
That's just chat. What does the chat want?
So chat, do you guys want me to play with like a haggard hero and just fly around and cackle with just the hero, or do you want me to actually fight with an army? I think they wanted me to fight with an army. Yeah, I'll just do it. So you guys play Caracate Peaks. I'll just be the Dark Elf. I have a really haggard build in mind, so prepare yourselves.
All right, I'll be the dwarfs.
Also, thank you, True King of Caracate Peaks.
Yeah,
You said my voice is like cream. I appreciate that.
Turn, just be a lord and
alright.
spectate. Is that what you guys want? Oh wait, let's see what chat wants. Turn, play. Oh man, it's all over the place. Okay, they want the full army. It's happening.
You gotta grab the map that has the peak. I can't remember what it's called.
Yes.
Oh yeah, if we're fighting for the peaks, huh?
Watcher's Peak.
Oh god, yeah.
Yes. Don't read chat, guys. They're spoiling my build.
I have it covered.
Okay.
Yeah, Discord's in front of it. It's all good.
They're spoiling it. Everyone wants me to play Norska. I wish.
Oh, I wish.
Norska would be so fun right now.
Those are the
Yeah, because
days.
that last game, we'd run out of units. Like, we'd run out of factions. We played every single faction.
You guys
in
were
this
just digging.
series. But yeah, we could have, give it a few weeks and it could have been Tomb King's Norska. That would have been beautiful. But no. It's very sad.
Yeah.
I don't think Norska's coming out with Tomb Kings, are they?
No, Norska, I
no.
think in the development blog they said is a ways off. It's like, like, just 5 years. I don't know, an eternity.
Give it 5 years and we could have had a couple more factions,
It's supposed to be like May or something, I think.
Gary, thank you for the donation, but don't you want to see this? Come on, man. Gary donated and asked me just to spectate, but I feel like everyone wants to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough call.
Gary, I know you'll come around. This is the glory that has to happen. Come on, brother. Okay, so let's get a couple more of these guys. Oh man, I'm like just barely short on money here. So you guys ready to party?
It's okay, I just massively overspent, so don't feel bad.
Oh my god, this army's so haggard.
How haggard?
It's pretty bad. But I mean, such is the nature of FFA,
I'm very
right?
scared of Darv right now.
You're right.
You should be scared. I'm like 10 points short. Oh man, that's so painful.
I know. I was struggling with that too. It's making me sad. Oh, you actually have Caracate Peaks plus some random Dark Elf army.
We all know what must be done.
Oh man.
Do it.
Medieval 2? I haven't played Medieval 2 in forever. Did you guys play that quite a bit? Any of you guys play Medieval 2?
I love Medieval
played
2.
the hell out of it back in the day.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Medieval 2 is maybe the best Total War ever made. Total War Warhammer 1 is pretty close in my book, but it was really good. It's still really good too.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Medieval 1.
Yeah, they were
Blew my mind. That was the first Total War game I played. So it's just like, this is crazy. This is like Age of Empires, but it's amazing. And you can just take an army and there's a building thing and it's all, who cares? Let's concentrate on the battles. It's amazing. And I freaked out when I first got hold of that. A friend showed me.
Isn't that where the Third Age mod takes place? The for like the Lord of the Rings one that's really popular. Isn't that in Medieval 2?
Yes.
Yeah, there's Medieval 2, yeah. There's Medieval 1 that really blew my mind.
Medieval 2 is the easiest to mod. Like, it's the best modding sandbox out of any Total War game.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We're all just waiting for turn to do a Mountain Blade event. Everyone can join in.
We're gonna have the most haggard Mountain Blade battles known to man. It's gonna be so good.
We're gonna have two YouTubers as general. Other people's like little sergeants and
just the hordes. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
I can't wait for Bannerlord. I hope it comes out soon. You know. Oh, I got to get rid of the scores at the top. Let me go ahead and do that.
Spam the chat if you guys want to play Mountain Blade with us.
Oh no. Get rid of all the scores here so they can have a good view.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
You guys are gonna tremble in despair when you see my army.
Are we?
Yes.
Are we?
You know what? I'm just gonna stay the other side of the trees, I think.
This army is a force
You
of
guys
nature.
can deal with Turin. I'll just pick up the scraps.
It's a terrifying army. The heavens shall weep. The mighty Malekith leads forth a legion of a legion of something. No spoilers.
I feel like I know what it is. Taking a gamble, but I feel like I know what it is.
If you definitely are right. All right, so we'll get these guys back here. We're good. I'm putting the pressure on you guys. I'm readying up. Bannerlord's gonna be really fun for sure, guys. We're gonna have some good times, and thank you guys all for joining today. Make sure to go check out all these fine YouTubers who've assembled to duel today.
God, dude.
You guys got any dank content coming out on your channels?
Dude, honestly, I'm gonna take tomorrow the day off. Probably tomorrow and Tuesday off. I played a tournament yesterday and today.
Yeah, the tournaments are long, man.
Ugh. And like, nothing against CA, but like the current state of the game, like there's only really 3 factions I think can really win.
Yeah, it's a.
Oh no!
Look at the dwarves.
Oh my God, what's happening?
There are goblins everywhere.
Oh, this is thematic. A nice battle up on the high ground. The goblins are ambushing the dwarves on the high ground.
No, I thought you were going to be in the very center, so I placed all my guys around the.
God
oh my God,
Gabo, you messed it up.
I didn't mess it up.
I kind of feel like I should just stay out of this. Should I just stand in the corner?
Where are you?
I kind of want to let this just be an Apex fight. Should I? I don't mind just watching.
Oh, what are you? Some sort of voyeur? Get out of here.
Okay, fine. I'll come fight you guys. No problem. It just feels wrong. Oh my God, this is just anarchy.
Oh man, I really thought like, he's gonna have shades. I thought he was gonna be up in the middle. Let's get in there as fast as possible.
So we're advancing, guys. Oh my God, this is just absurdity.
This is how FFAs were meant to be. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, for sure.
I agree, man. Oh my God, the Norgum's Ironbreakers are in the trees.
I don't know if I'm gonna pull this.
Breathe fire on them, lads. Oh no, the Hydra's gonna get melted so hard. Oh God. Oh no, the Hydra, no. Now Hydra, bad.
What are you? I can't.
This is terrifying.
Oh yeah, it's time to roast some of these Skaven with some Hydra breath.
Oh, please don't.
It should be. You only get points from.
Oh man. That's so good. Alright, time to gaze them out with some of these guys. And then let's Soul Stealer them. The Dark Elves just had to get into this party, guys. The triple Hydra build.
We got a party going on.
Oh god. Damn rats, why you stood so close together?
Get them.
The Hydra's going wild. How's your battle going up on the hills, guys?
I've taken the high ground.
Okay.
Killed most of the dwarves.
Classic Anakin mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see.
I deployed on the low ground.
Retreat, Hydras. There's too many scaving.
Although
Oh,
I
there's
don't
a giant
know,
there. We could get some good value.
I'm getting a little weak here. I
Getting
got
weak.
one 8-peak loony left.
Getting weak.
Oh,
in
the Hydra's spanking this Rune Lord, or is the Rune Lord spanking the Hydra?
It's just a spanking for all.
The age-old question.
Oh, kill the Doom Wheel with the throwing axes.
Malekith. Get that stupid doom
Damn
wheel.
it.
It's time to roast some more dwarves. It's time.
Wow, I'm not getting good value here.
What are you talking about? You're getting great value.
Oh my god, my backline is just getting ramshackled.
I don't even know where my troops are anymore. I need a hotkey. God, I need to go take a break.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Oh, it is. And we got a Blood Bowl game coming out. Get excited for
It's
that.
gonna be that game is legendary.
Oh, it was.
Let's get some of these guys going over here. Well, the Hydras are fighting hard.
Oh god, there's a
We're
rat.
going hard in the paint.
Yeah,
Like
that
the
rat is
Jacksonville Jaguars.
in a dangerous position here. Let's get you down here to work on some of these rat ogres, guys. Okay. Oh man, this filthy Queek is gonna get it right now.
Oh, is he?
Oh, you had to take Queek.
Is that what you think?
Oh, the Verminous Valor. Come on, Hydra. Oh no,
I
the
like Queek.
Dawi come forth.
He's great, man.
Oh, look at the goblins smashing down from the high ground.
From the Highlands, the goblins approach.
Oh, Queek is so tanky.
It's the battle of 5 armies.
It literally is.
You're gonna have to band together to stop the goblins.
Dude, I'm not allying with any filthy rats. I'm trying to click on his little flag here. He's so tiny. Oh no, Hydra. Pull back, archers. This Hydra's doing okay against rat ogres. Seems to be, oh no, the Rangers. The Dawi Rangers come from the forest.
Oh, thank god.
Okay, we're doing a tactical retreat right now.
Oh, I've
What?
just been chased down the
Is
hill
that
right
the
now. This
FFA
is
way?
It is. I want to get Hydra breaths. I can't while I'm fighting all these angry dwarves. Okay, it's time. There's gonna be a Hydra breath right now. You guys ready for this? Come on, do it. Oh yeah. Oh, that was okay. That was pretty good actually. I roasted a couple of those guys. Flee, my Hydras. Be free.
No, run away! Where did the Ironbreakers go? Come back.
Oh. Okay, we're stabilizing. I got some troops coming back, which is going to be helpful. Yes, get in there, Hydras.
Oh my god.
Oh man, look at all these big units. Just Ragnarok Queens and just...
Oh
Just
my
running
god.
around. Just being menaces.
They are
Run,
menaces.
Hoopty Card, run!
Run!
That Dawi Lord is going to pay the iron price right now, guys.
Oh god, run, Rune Lord, run! Waddle.
Oh yeah, dwarf.
Oh
Waddle
god, I'm
fast.
great. No thanks.
Just all these big angry Hydras just chasing him.
Waddle far, waddle fast.
Range far, range fast.
Maybe the gyrocopters will be good against Hydras? Let's try that.
Maybe. New meta.
Oh
I'm
god, I
making
forgot
that
I had
right
a Doom
now.
Wheel. You don't want that to happen.
Come
Dude, I don't want
back, you stupid plague priest.
fight them. Get ready to get Hydra breathed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, feels good.
Oh, I'm so haggard.
This whole battle is just ridiculous, man.
That's probably the most exciting one I've ever been in.
Yeah, the battle.
Last time I played in one, well,
That-
the one before last one was Dov, and everyone just came at me.
Well, that high ground battle between the dwarves and the goblins was pretty ferocious.
You gotta
Oh,
give
down
people
goes
what
the
they want.
dwarf lord.
Oh,
Oh my god! you
Grudging.
have-
That's
I
a
had two
grudgeon.
that's a grudgeon.
Oh no, the gyrocopters.
Time to recharge with the gyrocopters.
I'm out of here. Screw these spiders. I don't want any of that. Get that nonsense out of here. Let's do a little slow so we can get away. Yes, good, Anakin. Oh, Skarsnik, bro. I see you. I see you, Gabo.
No, you'll never find me.
Some guy in chat said, white guy 12340 said he would date you, Gabo King.
Aw, dude, I wish I was gay for you, white guy. I feel like my life would be so much easier if I.
Skarsnik's being hunted. Him and
He's
Goblin.
fine. He's fine. Skarsnik's fine. You're on a large creature. Fine.
Who will win, gyrocopters or nasty squigs?
I think Hydro Breath will win.
Dude, I can't.
You ready for those gyros to get fire breath? Oh, that actually did some okay damage. It's kind of wimpy. I feel like I want to let Skarsnik live. Although you are in first place.
I just passed up.
Do I let Skarsnik live?
Those are questions you gotta ask yourself,
Dude.
man.
Okay, so we're gonna give him a chance at least. We're just gonna put one Hydra on him. We'll take the other ones elsewhere.
Oh god. Oh, Queeg's having a bad day. An Arachnid
Yeah.
Queen and a giant. Like, he's only a little rat. Come on.
Quick is just getting
You had a
pounded.
bad day. All your friends are dead.
Isn't that James Blunt who sings that song?
I think so.
I don't think so.
He's from the UK, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but there are more than one of us.
Don't you know
He's
him?
one of your people.
Don't you hang out with him?
Isn't he your best friend, bro?
Skarsnik, help me fight. Oh, he's terrified.
No, he's fine.
Oh.
Fine. Everything's fine.
There's only big things left.
There's a kaiju battle.
It is. It's like Pacific Rim 2. Here comes. Oh, roast the giant.
Oh my god.
That actually did some work. Skarsnik's just having this epic duel with this Hydra. Look at it.
Oh my god, Scars, leave me alone. It's just gyrocopters and your other stuff.
Dude,
I'm coming for that hoopty cart.
I don't want to use Power of Darkness because I'm getting kind of low. I think Skarsnik, he's going to get munched, especially with those rat ogres coming.
Oh,
Hydras
get
are-
out of here, dude. No one wants you around.
Malekith's just over this. Okay, let's charge in there. The Hydra's actually a pretty poor leadership.
Oh, yeah, terrible leadership.
Yeah, they're tanking pretty quick here.
I think you're gonna win though.
Maybe.
Oh, God.
I don't think there's enough on the
Doom
board
wheel.
to take you
Run,
out.
Doom wheel.
Yeah, Malekith's in pretty good shape, which is nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's time for the Gaze of Malice. Oh yeah, let's melt those rats.
I think I'm gonna have to. I think I have to ban forces. Try to
Is
take
there
you
going to be a
down.
last alliance where you guys just kill me? I think there should
The
be.
last
I
alliance
got
is rat
nothing
and
heavy
goblins.
hitting.
Finish the giant. Come on, Hydras. Don't disappoint us. Pacific Rim 2. Pacific Rim 2. Pacific Rim harder. Oh, the giant's down.
Oh, we shadowed the nasty squigs.
The nasty squigs.
The nasty squig
I'm
hoppers,
out.
skulkers.
I'm so out.
Just King Kong vs. Godzilla.
I'm down to just the Ragnarok.
All right, rear charge the Hydra.
No. The gyrocopter's coming in.
The Dawi Air Force.
I'm out of breath attack, so I don't have anything left.
And the goblins have fallen.
On another day when we're all well rested, we should do a kaiju FFA. Or it's just monsters. Someone in chat suggested that. Let me see who it was. Sir Kethington. Yeah, I think he's onto something. Oh my god, that Warlock Engineer is just gonna get just wrecked by this Hydra right now.
Nah, no way.
Well,
Oh, I was about to say, no way. He's got some rat ogres coming, but no, they literally just
I
shot
think
it.
you're gonna beat me just because of the amount of stuff you have left on the board. But I held first for a while.
You did.
Yeah, with your 17 hydras.
I think you're the true winner of this, Gabo.
I think Skarsnik got away. I think he just shattered and ran. Yeah. Oh no, I'm still on the board.
You are?
Oh god, he's over there.
Yeah, he came back.
Oh, that won't do.
I can't use any of my abilities, but he's still technically here. But you'll never know where.
Kill that stupid Doom
run,
Wheel.
run, run.
Kill it. Go on, Malekith. Oh man, I have 1 per 400 right now. Oh, the gyrocopters. Dob, you're a terror, man.
Oh no, he broke.
They're
Skarsnik,
dead.
Skarsnik and Goblet just getting wild.
I was
Yeah,
about
have
to
you-
try and go for
I can't
a
see,
clutch
like, I
there
have no
while
HUD.
lightning on him.
I have no HUD, but I have Skarsnik. You ever run into this problem?
Yeah, that's when it's the last
Yeah,
unit left in
yeah.
FFA. That happens sometimes.
I hate that. If you want to use abilities, you can hit like Alt 1, I think.
Hit Alt
One?
F4.
Oh, why would you do that? I'm trying to get Skarsnik.
He's my points.
I'm on your
That's it
side.
for me.
It's my fresh fish.
Oh, I was gonna break immediately. Come on,
It's
I
all
just
over
need
for the
500.
Dawi.
No, they broke.
The fight of fights.
If I got him, I could have overtaken them.
Skarsnik's gonna kill Malekith and take this game. That's it, folks. That was a pretty fun, ridiculous battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. So as we end the stream today, let's go through everyone and take some words of wisdom. So Dav, you have anything you'd like to say to the people?
Sweeping.
So the hog
There's
call.
always one.
Like anything you'd like to tell them about your channel?
Just keeping things going as usual. I've doing a lot of tournament stuff recently. I've been casting a lot of the Warhammer Fantasy League qualifier games. So if you guys want to watch those, you can mosey on over there. My own battles, of course, doing some testing as well. And yeah, a lot of fun.
Right on, man. And Janet, how about you, man?
Weirdly, I'm actually casting some of the same tournament Dav is. So yeah, we're going to try and make sure we don't show the same stuff and bore everybody. But
Yeah.
so that should be fun.
Cool.
And also, I think Gobbo King and I were going to be starting our head-to-head campaigns again soon.
Oh yeah, our last one we got
that's two
the file
Kings
got
drop.
corrupted, so we never got to finish it.
So if you guys want to watch
Already
an
9 days
actual,
away.
if you guys want to watch an actual head-to-head campaign playthrough right now, just definitely mosey on over there for sure. Theirs are always really good. And cool, man. Jagabo, you want to give us a boomhauer before you close it out?
Oh gosh, Boomhauer says so
Just
many
look up a
things.
quote and do it. The boomhauer. Some words of inspiration.
Let's see what he got here.
He always says really deep stuff, so yeah.
Let's see. what I can
Boomhauer's
find
a
here.
philosopher.
Daniel Boomhauer means time of cancer for Frank man. Come on, talking about ching bang man. You know what I'm saying? dang old bang man.
That last part was like the best part of the impersonation. That closing, the way you like trailed off, like how he does, it was perfect.
Dude, I know people. I don't even need this.
You just talk normal and it's boomhauer. Oh my god, that's so good.
Oh Lord.
That was amazing, man.
Yeah, I have nothing exciting come out. I need to take a break. Like the gigantic guide come out, and I did like a couple tournaments in a row. Like I need to take a break for a
Yeah.
minute.
Oh god, yeah, there's that podcast we're doing as well, isn't there? Talking
Yeah,
about the guide.
Gobbo King literally has like a 1,000-page guide he wrote on multiplayer. That's really good. So
It is. Let's look at it.
117, I think, at the moment.
I think it's 119. It's loading as you speak.
he literally is writing a master's thesis on Total War Warhammer. So
119 pages.
I'll make sure, guys, if Gabo, if you could in chat as the stream closes out, if you could link it, that'd be cool. And also, we'll put it in the comment section afterwards next to your channel and stuff. So cool, guys. That's it for today. And thanks again, guys. Maybe we'll be doing a Blood Bowl stream in the next couple of days. We'll have some more shenanigans over the week. There'll be best of fives and all kinds of stuff. So thanks again for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream, and we will see you guys all next time. Take care.